richer than Sean. Oh my gosh.
How many popsicles is that?
You said I could have one. I didn't even ask for one. So. Just saying.
Oh gosh.
Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
Hello everyone. Welcome to episode 23 of Dumb People vs. Movies.
23rd episode is the most important episode.
Why did they say that?
I mean,
Weston's genuinely offended right now.
How am I offended?
What is that? Okay, we're not ruining this again. Okay,
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
So today we are reviewing It, our first horror movie, I think, that we've done
wait,
so
what
far.
are we reviewing?
It.
It.
The movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Stop.
so before we get to that, we will introduce ourselves. And if you notice that we have a new white guy, we wanted the white people to feel the majority because they're not used to being the
True.
equal.
It's true.
Not to get
actually.
political. No, okay.
It's true.
All right, everyone introduce themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, I get
This is Blake.
Rishi.
Kyle.
Oh yeah, we didn't even say his name. Okay.
I'm Wiley.
And we brought Kyle on for a very
Who are you?
special. Oh, and I'm Danny. And we brought Kyle because he's our horror expert. You've seen
Yeah,
a ton of
it's
horror
true.
movies, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I love horror movies.
Do you actually really love horror
my
movies?
God.
Oh, thank God.
I like the
I
rest
get
of
scared
us.
to death, but I love them actually.
See,
Yeah.
I hate them. I don't.
Yeah,
Blake
I don't
kinda
care
likes
for
them, I
them.
guess.
I don't do them if they're like
I'm
demonic.
not a big horror movie
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
We'll
Also-
get to that when we start it.
Also, Kyle is our plug because he works at a movie theater.
Why would
So
you say it like that? Our plug. Why would you say that?
plug, dude.
Except that, like,
He does work at a Malco, so
If we're an outlet, you're our plug.
yeah, he works in a movie theater, gets free movies.
Free
The
movies
perks.
for us.
But before we so Kyle, if you don't know, before we do the 8 movie review, we do a news story of the week that Blake brings up.
You are Blake News.
The real horror movie is the Star Wars universe right now.
It's true.
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 9 just lost Colin Trevorrow as director. They say he left, but we all know that's probably not true.
Yeah.
He probably got forced out. Yeah, it might be mutual. I don't know.
It
But it wasn't.
Who knows?
We know.
But now that he's
Like they
out,
made demands and he didn't want to follow through.
Well, that's the story, right?
I think he got fired.
What?
It's probably similar to the Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but those
but
are
now that
right.
he's out, that's already happened. Some of us are happy about it. I'm kind of happy about it. I
No one's
guess.
happy
I
about
don't know.
it. Actually, a lot.
a lot
A lot
of people
of people
don't
are
really care, actually.
A lot of people are
I don't
happy
even
about
love
it.
it.
Well, do you
But
think-
who do you want to direct the Star Wars movie now?
Christopher Nolan.
Stop.
He's way too
No,
good for
I'm
Star
kidding.
Wars.
That would be weird.
No, he just his certain style won't work for Star Wars.
Well, because he's way too good for it. He'd be like, I have a better idea than you, Kathleen Kennedy. And Kathleen Kennedy would be like, no, you don't. You're fired. But she couldn't do that to Christopher Nolan, so she would never hire him in the first place. That's what I don't get. Okay, I do want to rant about this. It's so annoying. Like, yeah, Colin Trevorrow made 2 kind of bad movies in a row, and I don't blame them in a vacuum for firing him. Because, I mean, if he wasn't the best fit for Star Wars, that's fine. But, like, why did Star Wars fanboys like Weston are, like, right away, like, I'm happy about them firing Colin Trevorrow because I trust the Star Wars to know what they're doing. But, like,
I'm not happy
why do you
about
trust?
it. I just don't care if he gets fired or not, honestly.
Yeah, because you don't like his last movies or whatever. But,
Well,
like,
Jurassic World wasn't anything to write home about, and Book of Henry was pretty bad from what I've heard, so I think it's better off.
yeah, but you're saying, like, you didn't know.
I'm not like,
none-
oh boy, he's fired. Yes, I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm not like that.
Yeah, but none of us know
That
what
was
his
not my reaction.
But none of us know what his vision for Episode 9 was. So when people are like, oh, his vision was probably bad. That's why I'm glad they fired him. Like, okay, fine, yeah, he might not be a good director, and you can be happy about that. But why do you trust Kathleen Kennedy's vision of Episode 9 so much more than Colin Trevorrow's if we don't know either one
That's
of
a
them?
good point, yeah.
Like, basically, you're just taking Kathleen Kennedy and a bunch of producers over a director in terms of vision. And if Star Wars is going to be producer-led movies, that's fine. But you're probably not going to see as much risk-taking in their filmmaking as other Star Wars movies of the past, and even just genre movies in general. That's what makes me really sad about it. Because like, I'd rather have a Star Wars movie that's mostly director-driven and it be really bad than just a mediocre like Rogue One, where it's like you can obviously tell it's made by a studio because of all these like we have to have this moment, or it won't be a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. As long as it's not another like, I bashed Rogue One a lot. Like, it's not a terrible movie, but it's not a good movie. As long as it's not another like Rogue One, I'll be fine.
Last Jedi definitely won't be. Like, The Last Jedi will probably be one of the best Star Wars movie. It could be the best. It's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
It could be just as good as Empire.
Well, any of them
see.
has the capability.
But you don't even like. You don't
Ryan
even like.
Johnson-
We know so little about it.
But plus, you
I know.
bash Force Awakens all the time. If you don't like Force Awakens, how can the sequel
Force
be?
Awakens has issues, but it's still a good movie.
Okay,
I still
this is time
really
to
like
talk
Force
about
Awakens.
The Force being the movie.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's the same with
I mean, we can all-
Rogue One has its issues.
But we can
I
all
still
admit it
like
has potential, though.
Yeah.
And Last Jedi is the only Star Wars movie we've heard so far that's not having production issues.
Well, just any movie has Star Wars in its title has potential. That doesn't.
I
No.
think
not
I
even
think Ryan
potential.
Johnson knows what he's
What?
doing.
But see, that's what I'm scared. That's my whole point. What I'm making is that's what I'm scared of. At this point, it doesn't feel like that because it feels like every Star Wars movie they want it to feel the same. Like, oh, it's a family event. You can take your whole family to on
Yeah.
Christmas, so we don't want to get too risky with it. 'Cause,
So you have to buy 8 movie tickets instead of 1.
yeah, okay, that's what I was saying.
But I
was
think
just saying, like,
Star
in terms
Wars
of like,
does take risk or not, they're still going to get bashed. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because there's going to be people.
but they're not taking risks. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like at
They
least
should be taking.
That's why I
well, that's
almost,
the thing. At least I know they're in terms of movie, like they do it so well. But in terms of like originality or creativity, yeah, they do like that, and that's what they really need.
But that's what
They
Lucas is
really
so
do
good at.
take
It's more
risks.
than just a movie franchise. They're like a machine.
Yeah, this
exactly.
is the thing.
Exactly. That's the whole
thing.
point.
They're not really movies anymore. It's more of a product.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
whole
the
point.
sad
That's what I'm
part.
scared of. Like, at least Lucas, at least when Lucas was totally in control, he was totally in control. He could do whatever he wanted, and
Yeah.
even if you didn't like his vision, I respect him at least trying new things with the prequels.
Yeah,
And maybe that hurt the Star Wars franchise in the long run because now Disney's scared to try new things or like try unique things because they know there's the potential of it getting really bashed or people hating on it. So that they're trying to play it more safe with it. Like instead of a director choosing all the decisions, it's like 10 people deciding everything that goes on in each movie. And I think Last Jedi is a little different because from everything we've heard, Ryan Johnson's had script control and he's directing it, and they haven't had much issues with it. So I'm hoping Last Jedi will be good, but.
I think
With,
it will be.
but episode
Hopefully.
9, with them firing the director and them disagreeing on vision, that just concerns me. It's like if they bring Ryan Johnson to come write the script, then I won't be as worried because then it'll be like at least it's his vision for the most part.
Yeah.
Or if they bring in a really good director, if they bring a director or that they can't bully around,
Yeah.
then I won't be as worried. But like with the Han Solo, we saw the same thing. They went from Lord and Miller, who wouldn't back down from their vision, to Ron Howard, who's basically just going to do whatever the studio wants him to do in terms of like, oh, just keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
So who do you want to direct episode 9?
Who?
I have 2 people, but
Yeah, who? Just
Oh, who do I want?
yeah.
I don't know.
Who's everyone here wants?
well, I have 2 people. I think number one, it's kind of contingent on how good Last Jedi is. And if Last Jedi is really good, everyone's going to want Ryan Johnson.
Well, Ryan
And
Johnson's
that's-
the logical choice.
But,
that's what
but we don't know Last Jedi though. We don't know the product. Like, what if Last Jedi is actually not? I mean, it's probably not going to happen. What if it's not good? Then you can't.
It's still the logical
That's why
choice,
Disney's
though.
kind of
If
in a
it
hard-
is good, if it's great, then yeah, I'll like have them on.
exactly.
board
But we don't know. So that's kind of Disney's the hardest part they're in right now. Is like, should they?
Why not
they
just get
can't.
George Lucas back?
Okay, that's never going to
He
happen.
doesn't want to.
Because that's the thing. They can't bully George Lucas. They can't just be like, George, you have to do this. You have to do this. He's not going to do that.
He'd just laugh at them.
Yeah.
Them walking.
Okay, yeah. Ryan Johnson, you got this.
No, but like, I want Ryan Johnson. Last Jedi is good, but I also think Patty Jenkins could do it too.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking her too.
I know a lot of people brought her name
Well,
up.
she's also doing other things, so she won't be.
But
able
it's
to
Star
do
Wars,
it.
man.
She
I
won't be
mean,
able to. She's
I think
doing Wonder Woman
no,
2.
I could see her doing.
Yeah, but
this.
Wonder Woman 2 is not until like 2 or 3 years. So
She's working on other
I mean, they
things.
could they could start production soon on
Both would
episode
be a
9.
lot, though.
A lot of what?
To do Wonder Woman 2 and Star Wars be directing at the same time.
They wouldn't be at the
that
same
would
time.
Be a lot. No, they'd probably be overlapping, and those obviously Star Wars is bigger, but Wonder Woman 2 is a huge movie too.
Yeah, but they could just wait for Wonder Woman 2 until after she did.
Warner
They
Bros. I
could.
don't think would.
No, they would. See, she has all the power. It's not like they're going to make Wonder Woman 2 without her. So she can just be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do Star Wars first, then you have to wait for me. And everyone will be like, okay. They're not going to make it without her. And it would be awesome to see her do a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. And seeing how Wonder Woman turned out, yeah, I'd be on board for that too.
I just think that's far fetched. It's not gonna happen.
I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
Well, the two right now is what they're talking about is J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson. So
Why not just get them both on board? Just like
Oh, no.
just
No,
co-directing
no.
is pretty
No,
bad.
that'd be bad.
You want like J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson clashing? What about you, Kyle? You haven't said much. What do you think?
Well, I'm not big at like knowing directors' names.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know like movies that I like.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Like, we all blab out every week about what we think about the future of Star Wars. But what about you? What do you think with all this stuff?
I've heard a lot of things that it's gonna be like one of the darkest Star Wars ever, which is like really cool.
Yeah.
Because, like you don't see a ton of the Sith, which is like, which I like the Sith, I guess.
Revenge of the Sith.
No, he's talking
Stuck
about
with the Sith in general.
Oh, Sith.
Yeah.
Well, they're the coolest people in the Star Wars universe. So.
Yeah, and so
Besides
I'm
the
really,
Jedi.
I'm really excited to see that, and I want to see how it turns out. I hope Kylo Ren's not a big weenie, and
Yeah.
Me too. That's what.
because like in Episode 7 he's kind of a weenie. I hated like his temper.
I mean, he's
Well,
intimidating
he
early
had
on.
struggles, so.
They were
He's
trying to,
intimidating.
like,
Pretty
to
realistic.
separate him from Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm just really excited to see like a lot more Sith and more action scenes and like Rey's training, like of her evolving into a Jedi.
You think? I hope it's just like an '80s training montage.
Dun, 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 dun,
I swear
dun,
if they
dun,
do
dun,
that,
dun.
I'm gonna
They're not
walk
gonna
out.
do that.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's gonna be like a bunch of swipes. It's gonna be like a bunch of Star Wars swipes. Like, apparently,
Star Swipe.
they said Last Jedi has the fewest swipes. Okay, Last Jedi has the fewest swipes. It only has like 11 or something.
Yeah. It's
Only
it's
11.
strange.
By swipes you mean
It's not
Only
You know the Star Wars swipe? When, yeah, when they
yeah,
cut from the
Swipes
scene.
or circle one still. Yeah.
But you have anything else? What do you think? Who the director would be? Ryan Johnson.
I think Ryan Johnson is the logical choice.
I would think so.
I don't know who I'd want to. Like that's the thing. Like
I like what Taika Waititi, the guy that's doing Ragnarok,
Yeah, it's
he
cool.
tweeted. So someone was like, "Hey, you should do episode 9," and he was like, "I'd be fired in 20 minutes. They wouldn't give me any control or something like that." That was my favorite tweet because
he
it's
was,
kind
he
of
was
true.
like I actually like to finish my movies.
Yeah, he's like, I actually like to finish my
Dang.
movies because think about Gareth Edwards didn't even get to finish his movie,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know this, but apparently it was a like
Yeah, the third act got completely like,
yeah, but
changed up.
they were co-credited with Tony Gilroy, I think, who did all the reshoots. Gareth Edwards wasn't even getting like full credits in terms of directing. So
I guess the thing I'm happy about with the Colin Trevorrow thing is that at least I'm happy they didn't do it while they were actually like shooting.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did it
Exactly.
beforehand. I mean, it doesn't look great that they let another director go, but at least they are proactive and didn't actually like wait until the middle of directing or like with the Han Solo thing until like the last 3 weeks to find the director.
No, that's obviously a better sign. But I guess we can. Well, we have a lot of time to talk about Star Wars before Last Jedi comes out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can
4
say it.
long
but
months away.
I kind of, Ryan Johnson. Oh, well.
Pretty excited.
I kind of wish he would just do his own thing because Looper's really good.
Yeah.
I don't think Episode 9 could be as good as Looper.
We'll see.
Mm.
We'll see.
But alright,
Well, I haven't seen Looper. Yeah, exactly.
Looper is really good.
That's what I've heard.
But okay, so now we get into our
Our
official review
of Stephen King's
I'm surprised you knew that.
what?
That was Stephen King.
Yeah,
A lot of people
pretty
say that.
fancy. Huh? I just
Yeah,
googled
Stephen
it.
King.
Oh,
said
okay.
it.
No, I actually didn't know that, but
Yeah, it was based on
of
okay.
the
Stephen King's It.
Our first horror movie review.
My grandfather thinks this town is cursed. That all the bad things that happen in this town are because of one thing. An evil thing.
Bill, if you'll come with with me, you'll float too.
I saw something.
The clown. Yeah, I saw him too. You'll float too.
What happens when another Georgie goes missing?
You'll float too.
Or one of us?
You'll float too.
Are you just gonna pretend it isn't happening like everyone else in this town?
You'll float too.
If we stick together, we'll win.
What a trailer.
Wow, what a
Boy.
trailer. It actually is a really good trailer. So
was a
let's
neat
talk
trailer.
about it before we get to the movie. The trailer is one of the main reasons I watched it. We were so
Yeah.
excited about this movie in the
Trailer's
first place.
really good.
The trailer's really, all the marketing stuff for it is really good. And like, I would never be this excited for a horror movie.
I know, same.
Me either, but the trailer's just like they like a lot of horror trailers kind of draw you in. Like, oh,
lot of them
not draw
don't.
you in, but they try to draw you in just by like giving you stuff that's scary. But what I loved about this trailer is it showed like the story behind it. Because that's the thing that I hate about. That's why I don't like horror movies, is because I don't like being scared without having not just like a
good story.
not a resolve, but without having something to be scared with or about, like with a story that plays along with it.
Exactly.
Like, a good example is like, you know that Friend Request trailer they played before, did you guys see that?
Yeah,
Friend
I've
Request
seen
trailer?
that.
Before this
I
movie?
don't think so.
You guys didn't see that?
I never.
It was like a bunch of Facebook stuff. It was like, she's being bullied, and then
Yeah,
she gets,
no.
you know what I'm
movie
talking
already
about?
came out.
Oh, no.
No,
I haven't
no,
seen
there,
it.
there's
It's
another movie
coming
that's
out
exactly like it.
We
but
didn't
it's coming
see
out
it.
soon.
It's called Unfriended, I think.
Yeah.
No, this is a different movie. It's called Friend Request.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez. No, we didn't see that trailer.
But like, that's a classic example of like, they think it's like interesting just because it's about Facebook and about being bullied.
Like
And-
social media.
Yeah, social
They're
media. Like,
they're
it looks
trying to teach people,
horrible.
like, not to be.
Yeah, and it looks awful.
Cyberbully.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
Yeah, yeah. They're like,
I think it's stupid.
yeah, it's someone hacked her account and is posting stuff, and then she kills her or something. It's like, oh, geez, it looks terrible. Anyway, yeah, that's what most horror trailers are like.
I mean, stuff like Annabelle or The Conjuring or stuff. I like those kind of movies because like there's always a backstory to it.
See, that's the thing.
Guys don't
We
like
won't watch. Conjuring's based on true events.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's based on
we don't do based on true events. That's too real.
Yeah, we don't like true events.
But that's where it gets you, like scary.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Exactly. But that's where it like haunts you.
I mean, that's why I'd watch it. Like, I'm not
takes
scared of
over your
clowns.
spirit.
Like every time I'm watching like a scary movie, I'm like, I'm totally gonna like dream about this or like see things.
See,
like,
that's-
after, and I never do. And if I do, it's because I'm making myself.
Yeah, but see, that's the beauty of it. Like, I watch the trailers, I'm like, yeah, this kind of looks scary.
But yeah, dude, me too. Me too. Oh my god, no, 'cause I have a little window right here, and I just saw your face.
But that's the beauty of it. Like, I'm not gonna go home and dream about being scared of a clown, you know. So I'm like,
Well,
oh,
like,
Although
I'm
that
just
one
generally
girl,
scared,
though.
like,
That lady.
I mean, even
the
then,
long
like,
face.
Yeah, that's going to get me.
maybe I'm more horror tolerant than I thought I was.
Do what?
I think I'm more horror tolerant than I thought it was too.
Yeah.
I've been watching more recently.
Yeah.
And they just don't really scare me.
But okay, you want to get into the movie?
Yeah. Let non spoilers. We'll start with our guest Kyle. You want
spoilers.
non spoilers? No
Non-spoilers.
spoilers.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Brief.
No spoilers.
Brief. What do you thought?
You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, let him figure out like what we're kind of doing. Richie, you go first.
Richie.
Okay, I thought the movie was really good. Just the way they presented the setting and the acting of the characters in general was done like super well. I hate to like make the comparison that probably everyone wants to make, but with Stranger Things.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was talking about that earlier. So.
That was my
No, go ahead.
No, that was
Yeah, but with Stranger Things, they kind of use that setting and the chemistry between the kids, and also like the whole adventure vibe where they're like figuring things out. They kind of use that, but they do it in a really good way. So I thought it was really good.
You want to go?
Do we want to let me go?
No, well, he'll go
Yeah,
last.
you can go.
You can go
Uh,
last.
no.
Or you want to go?
I can go now.
Okay, go.
I just need a general idea
Yeah.
of like how to explain. Okay, so I agree with Richie. Is like, I think it was a good movie of the remake of It.
Have you seen the original?
Yeah, I've seen the original.
Do you like the original?
Yeah, I liked it.
Which one did you like more?
Scary. It wasn't scary at all. Like because it didn't come out like when we were
You're not used to that. Like,
because like the
that
scariness of then to now is like totally different. The way they scare people, and so like comparing that movie to this one, it's definitely a lot. I guess use this word scarier than the other ones. And
more graphic.
True, there is a lot more like I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Blood, gore.
Yeah, gore. Yeah, there's more gore.
Yeah.
But and I like gore. I think it's really cool. It adds to like
Yeah.
Yeah, but gore is one thing. But did you like all the jump scares?
Oh jeez.
Okay, so
don't mention any particular.
I'm not
ones,
mentioning any jump scares, but like the jump scares in general, they weren't like terribly great jump scares. Like it's not something that made me like go like crazy.
Okay.
There's one with the woman.
No, just one. I was about to say
the woman one was
with
obvious.
Yeah.
The first time, are you talking about the first time they see the woman?
Okay, hey, no spoilers, but
pretty much.
I kind of
I
agree
just
with
hate
Kyle.
that woman. So
I kind of agree with Kyle. There was one or two that were actually like
there was
real
5
jump
or
scares.
6 that were like
yeah.
Richie knows. We both.
They were cheap.
I don't know,
They weren't
man.
cheap
Like,
jump scares.
I thought there was gonna be a lot
Exactly.
more than
I
that.
thought there was
Like
two.
all the
cheap.
scares in
They,
this
like,
film were
built
definitely
up to
done
them.
uniquely.
Okay. Yeah, that brings up a point. So like, for me, since like I'm so used to like horror movies and I don't get terribly scared by them. There's a lot more story to it than scary, which I really like about movies like scary movies. I think more story than scary is nice.
I think that's the.
Yeah.
I think that's why this movie, like you were saying, like your theater while you were working there was like filling out tonight because everyone was so excited about it.
We were the only theater
But,
showing it too, so that made it.
Oh,
nice.
yeah. But like the thing, I think you kind of get that from the trailer. It's like it's not going to be your typical horror movie, as in you're going to get more story with the kids than you would in like a normal horror movie, which I think is a lot different.
And the comedy too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that. But Weston, what do you think?
Yeah, I really liked this movie. This movie was awesome. Like I had so much hype for this movie because I watched the original too, and I thought the original was pretty decent, and that's. I gave that like 3.5 stars on Letterboxd, but this film I think was definitely much better. In terms, especially with the kids, I really like with their chemistry. They're all really great actors, and of course the story I thought was really interesting. Like you said, like the backstory, the history, learning about all the connections, about all these kids getting killed like every 27 years or something like that.
Okay, we're not going to story points, but okay.
Oh well, sorry.
Oh well.
Well, if you watch the book or the other movie, no.
I mean, that's like it's not really.
But
it's
I mean,
not really a spoiler.
sorry, but I mean, like I really like learning about that, and of course, Pennywise did very good because Tim Curry, the original Pennywise, he was incredible. But even the new actor, his name's like
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he was really good. Like he did a really good job with the new Pennywise.
For me, I agree with. The reason I love this movie was just basically what you said is the chemistry that you felt between the characters, and much like Richie said with Stranger Things, that's why that's one of my favorite, I guess you could say, sci-fi TV shows, or definitely my favorite, is because
It's not really sci-fi.
well,
It kind of is.
I mean,
This,
Nah, it's not sci-fi.
it
at
is?
all.
Are you saying it is sci-fi?
no, Stranger Things.
Neither
Oh,
one.
Stranger Things.
No, it's not.
You don't think Stranger Things?
What's the science fiction? What's the science in it?
There's nothing science about it.
the other dimension kind of thing
Yeah.
with the
Not-
creature. That's
Nah.
kind of
I mean, the sci-fi, 11th kind of sci-fi, I guess.
Yeah, I
The
guess.
Psychic.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but with that, okay, but you can admit that they're kind of the same. Like you can, like you said, you definitely make connections. But the reason I love Stranger Things so much is because of the chemistry and the character development, and you see them grow together, and you see their connection. And I like that you see that in it as well.
Well, even one of the kids is from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
The funny
definitely.
kid,
He
yeah.
was probably
Best
my
character.
favorite one. Yeah.
He's the best one.
You brought up the best comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Comedy
Kyle.
was so good.
All the little like your mom jokes that he kept making throughout the movie, Kyle was like cracking up.
So many
so
mom
funny.
jokes.
I mean, they were funny, but Kyle was like on another level. But yeah, okay. So for me, I definitely liked it. Yeah, I definitely liked it. I don't know. I can't say this. I don't know if I would say it's like a great movie. I would say it's entertaining. That's what I would say about it. I think it's entertaining in terms of what it's trying to do. But I think there are a lot of like story issues and just pacing issues with the movie, and especially the first hour. But that's for me for now. What about you, Blake?
Well, I would agree. I I did also really enjoy the movie. I think the chemistry between the kids is really good, but I wish that they went more into how they met each other and stuff, because that's something the first movie does really well. Is that I mean, it's a
3-hour film.
It's a 3-hour film, but it's also told way differently. Like it starts with the older versions, and then like it builds up the relationship between the kids. In this one, like 4 of them are just already together as friends, and you're just like, okay, and then that one's coming.
But I'm okay with that.
It kind of shows it.
Yeah, it kind of shows. I mean, I just buy it in general. Like,
not a ton.
you could see those 4 kids being friends in real life. I mean, you don't really have to get
But
back
like, is
to
it okay
it.
to like explain sort of the part of the beginning?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah,
so
go.
like they're all in school.
Well, we'll
like,
just
they
go.
all-
We'll just go ahead and
like-
jump into spoilers. Everybody
Okay.
said there what they
Okay,
think.
so like they all come into school,
Yeah.
right? And they show like them walking through school. So I feel like they obviously went through school because just the way, like the setting they're in, and the way like they ride their bikes all over town. It's not like they.
I mean, it's so much Stranger Things. Like, you can tell it's inspired a lot of that part of it. Like, in Stranger Things too, no one complains about it in Stranger Things in terms of like we didn't see these kids meet or anything. It's like you kind of just buy it. Like, yeah, these are 4
I'm
kids
just
that are
saying, like
friends.
since I saw the first one, the first one just did it better for me in terms of the kids' relationships. This one just wasn't as good as that in terms of the relationships, but I don't know. It's just a personal preference, I guess.
I mean, I think for me, and
plus,
the
kids
4
are kind of generic, to be honest.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're kind
I
of
don't know.
generic.
I mean,
No.
I like these kids better than the older.
Okay,
ones.
but
I
like,
don't know.
but you can make up like a background story because obviously they're all like the kids that got picked on.
Yeah.
So they all like came together and they're all like losers together. So.
but I think that's the kind
You're
of
already
generic
kind of
thing.
you're already
That's
immediately
the-
connected.
That's the
to
generic
what-
thing about it. It's like, see, that's what I don't like about it. Like, it's very it's very like in your face with a lot of the stuff that's going on in the movie. And I guess since we're in spoilers, it's like just to point out some examples, like, yeah, these are like right away, like, oh, these are the 4 losers, and this is the girl that's obviously attractive, but she's still picked on for some reason, and she's gonna be friends with the losers, and
that's very typical.
and they're gonna find a homeschool kid, and the fat kid is bullied too, and they're all gonna team up at the end, and like it's like, and then also like we get no reason why those bullies are actually that, like, they're way beyond like any normal bully. Like, what the
carving
heck?
into his stomach with a knife. Like, oh my
that's
god,
what I do.
That's the horror aspect.
But that's what I didn't like. But that's not the horror part.
It's not
of the movie.
realistic.
It's like
No, because that guy turns and he like kills his dad.
yeah, at the end, we see him get corrupted.
Like, he's
then.
seen the clown, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
before that,
he's like they're
there's
just
no way
bullies.
he would like go and like start
Yeah.
stabbing a kid.
Yeah.
And they're just like we don't like. I would buy it if we have like any real motivation into why he's doing that.
I mean, like,
but, like,
you know that his dad is definitely like.
yeah, but even if like
Slavery or
that's the stereotypical thing, like, right? The bully's dad is the reason why he's a
Oh,
bully.
you did
but,
see that in the original, though. They explained why they were being abusive to the fat kid. Because, like, he got him in trouble or whatever in class, and so
No,
he ticked
that-
him off. They
Even
didn't really
then,
explain
Yeah,
that. in this
it's just not.
That's
It's not a
not
good
smart.
reason.
but that's still not a reason to cut your.
think about what they're
someone's
doing,
name.
dude. They're like, first of all, my favorite part is like what I don't make sense. Like, they're driving in the middle of the town. There's full-grown adults there, and then that the little Michael, the homeschool kid, he still runs away from them.
Yeah.
Like, there's like patrolling the streets like they're an actual gang or something. Like, what? There's real adults. Like, just go. What if an adult saw something? Wouldn't they stop him or something?
No, he was clown conspiracy.
No, but he was literally right in front of the store that
No.
he was delivering to.
Yeah,
And then
that
he
too.
went to the alley right beside
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
That was ridiculous.
That's another thing. It's explained more in the book, in the book and the first movie, and it might be explained in the next movie. But the whole thing with like dairy itself is like the adults, since it has such a like awful history, the adults just look away from the things that are happening, like the bad things that are happening, because that's the reason why these things keep on happening. Like, no one's taking charge and actually fighting back.
Okay, but you can take this to like real life because like a lot of stories I've heard from my dad or like my uncles or something like that. Like when you're younger, like back in their time, like you could get in a fight and not get in trouble at school, even when it's outside. So like,
No, I buy that. Like,
but
the
like
80s
they
part.
put
Yeah.
that like in the movies where like they take care of school, like take care of business outside of school, and like people just let it happen.
Yeah.
Just
No,
like-
I get that part. Like, yeah, bullying a kid in the 80s, it's a lot different than that happening now. But they're going like,
Yeah,
not
no,
just like,
that's insane.
not even just like normal bullying or even like extreme bullying. It's just like they're like all out evil. Like it's like they could be like you don't even need Pennywise. Like it could be a movie just about that guy being an evil guy. Like this is the horror movie.
What kind of bully carves a name with a knife into some kid's stomach? Like that's sadistic. That's not.
The Joker wouldn't do that. The Joker would be like, I don't know, that's a little rough.
Now he was. The Joker would be like, yeah.
No, but like the friend is like, hey, you guys should stop that. Wait, what are you doing? And then he's like, I'm gonna do it. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And this is another thing. That's why I think it's more entertaining than it is good. Because there's a lot of like in your face stuff. Like the dad's like, he's dead. Get over it. Like, I was like, oh, geez. I even that was the one time I went on. I was like, dude, okay, that was a little harsh.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Like if that's your son, dude. But what else was I saying? Like there's a bunch of stuff like in your face, like the typical horror trope of walking into a room with like no weapon and like there's something bad, but you're still gonna go in there. It's like, it happens so much in this movie.
Like when the lights went on and it was Georgie's room. Yeah. And it's just like, why don't you just go in there and not even go like, hello, who's that?
Or the first time they walk in the house.
And like, with the three of them. The little kids like start saying their name and like, why would you go towards that? I don't understand.
I just run out of the bathroom.
That's the thing. They don't explain it. Like,
or when the big kid actually goes down to follows the Easter eggs down to the thing.
Yeah, it's just like, no.
I think that was one of the biggest jump scares for me. Like when he pops out in the hallway or whatever in the library.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was creepy. The no-headed man. Oh,
but like, see, I don't want to. I sound like I'm bashing this movie a lot. I don't want to. Like, when you're watching it, it's really entertaining to watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even though it is kind of annoying. Like, this would be watching this kid just do dumb stuff the whole time.
It's just really easy to point out the flaws.
Yeah.
Well, this would be a fantastic movie to once you've seen it. This would be a fantastic movie for once you've seen it. To watch someone see it. Does that make sense? And to watch them get scared because you know what's coming.
Yeah, because
I mean, you can say about.
I mean, when I saw you guys get scared sometimes, like that was very entertaining.
That's the thing. So this movie, I was expecting to be way scarier than it actually was. I didn't find that's probably some of the pacing stuff, I guess. But it just like it seemed like the scares were few and far between until towards the end and stuff like that. Then it really starts picking up with the scares. But I was expecting to be terrified this entire movie, and for the first hour or so, I mean, there was a couple good jump scares here and there, but I was just like, eh.
But I think the scariest part of this movie, like honestly, in terms of like what would actually stick with me, not just like jump scares are kind of cheap in terms of like, yeah, you don't see where the jump is coming, that's what's scary, but it's not like in terms of like getting in your head scary. It's not. I mean, the jump scare you're not gonna remember, but like the beginning when the little kid that actually dies, Georgie, is actually talking to Pennywise, and Pennywise is having like a normal conversation, and you don't know what's going to happen there. Like that's for me was like the scariest part. I was like, they're just having like a normal conversation, and
he's acting like a typical.
And you don't know if he's actually going to attack or not, or if he's going to give him the balloon or not. Like I legit thought he was going to give him the balloon, and they were just going to like cut away.
See,
the very beginning with the bow, not balloon, bow. Yeah.
See, that right there.
That might be my favorite scene in terms of intense.
That's what drawed you in, like in the trailer. Like you saw that in the trailer.
But you don't see the conversation, and I'm so glad they don't show the conversation in the trailer.
You just see his face, and that's it.
Because that's why I thought it was just gonna be like you saw his face and then he's gonna run away and it's gonna like show it.
But
but they actually show like like that's what was scary to me, watching this clown just have a normal like just talking normal and not trying to be like all scary all the time and stuff.
He does that a lot in the movie.
Well, because he wants to like just drag you in, like
I think that's when he's at his creepiest though, when he's like kind of just smiling and talking, not in terms of like trying to like be all weird.
And they're laughing at it, and they need to like stop and just clear it.
Yeah.
That man,
that was crazy.
See, that was intense, dude. And then you see the mouth, and like you see the mouth grab the hand. And I was like, okay, that was actually really creepy.
That was
But I don't think there was another creepy moment like that in terms of like sticking in my mind. In terms of,
I mean that the lady.
The lady, I guess the lady. Yeah,
she was creepy.
The lady is creepy in terms of like.
It wasn't creepy like at first, but like the second part when she came in, like
then you hear the footsteps or whatever.
But that one's creepy in terms of like. I think a lot of people have that thought of like when they see old paintings and from that era and stuff, and you think of like just how weird the paintings look, and you're like, and then if you actually saw that like someone look like that come to life, it'd be so weird. I always get freaked out about that stuff like that from that era.
You'd be dead.
Yeah. So that is a good scare in terms of
that would give me nightmares.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of. So we can talk about Pennywise first, like what we thought about him.
He did fantastic. Amazing, dude. See, what I loved is what you were talking about when he's having a conversation with Georgie, it almost humanized him. And, like, made it seem like, oh, well, obviously he's, downright evil, but he's not just, like, this scary clown who goes around scaring and eating people. Like, he's actually smart and, like, coerces people. And, like, you know what I mean? It makes it more psychological. Like,
psychological. I think that's the part with the normal dialogue. But kind of going off track with that first scene, or that dialogue scene, what Blake was saying earlier with the adults kind of just ignoring everything that happens in that world because they don't want to face it. Like that old lady that sees it at the beginning and she kind of just turns away, and you never really see her call the police or anything, and then it just skips ahead the next summer.
Right. I don't know if I feel like because they know exactly where he went missing. It's because of that lady, so she obviously did something because you see the blood in the street.
Yeah.
And so she obviously did something because they wouldn't.
I don't know, but she didn't seem like super freaked out about her. You know what I mean? She kind of
she turns away. She you'd see her go like this, and then she just like turns around and goes.
She doesn't go that fast. Yeah, I don't think she goes fast.
Not fast.
I mean, she doesn't seem like scream or like even like run towards to see what the blood is.
I said she was in shock. Like
I don't know. I feel like it didn't feel like to me anyway. It didn't feel like she.
It
was
felt like she wasn't doing it.
Maybe she was just like confused.
Yeah, urgently.
Because,
that's
she
what
sees red, like obviously, like probably.
But I like the idea of what Blake's saying. Like these adults are so used to stuff happening in their town like that. They're kind of like trying to ignore it.
Yeah, because
that girl had gone missing before Georgie.
Right? What's the fat kid?
Or was that after? Was it after? Wait, what?
The fat kid?
Oh no.
Ben.
Okay, so like and then Ben, he was talking about how like adult missing, or was it missing or deaths?
Adults missing was 6 times and kids were way more.
7 times.
Like
6.
Kids were like
and
more
kids
than
were
that.
way more.
And so like people are definitely like used to that, like that kind of stuff is happening.
But see, I think that's what I don't like about the movie. It's like I don't think it does it.
Yeah, well, that's very irresponsible to raise a child in that community.
Yeah, but there's a lot of questions like that, and I don't think it does enough in terms of establishing the world we're in. To start it off, it's like, I mean, I don't think it establishes well like what kind of world we're living in terms of why these people are still there, if all this stuff's happening, and also like it doesn't do a good job of explaining what's real and what's not with it. Or with Pennywise, or with it, like we don't know, like
what are its limitations?
Yeah, we don't know his limitations, his full extent.
Obviously,
of what
he can shapeshift.
Can he actually show up to adults? We don't know.
Well, he can show up to adults, but they have to believe. They have to believe he's real.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, but the movie you don't see that. You don't know that.
Because like when the dad comes in the bathroom and he's like,
he doesn't see the blood.
He doesn't see it because
it's like what blood?
But we also know these kids do end up actually going missing.
This will be,
and adults know that they're missing and everything. So like,
because obviously the child's not there. It's like
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, so what's the extent of
the adults?
Would they ever be able to find this it or whatever?
Would they ever believe that somebody the same exact person is taking?
Yeah.
The adult thing,
or we don't even know if he would ever go for adults. It's not explained that way.
It's because he likes kids more. He likes to eat kids.
Okay, because it's probably easier to get them to be scared. Yeah,
think about this.
We don't know if he can go for adults.
He can.
We don't know if he can show himself. We don't. It's not really explained why the dad can't see that blood in that one scene.
It's going to be explained in the next movie because they're all going to be adults.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, that makes sense.
It's going to be explained, but because it's explained in the first movie.
Think about this.
But see, that's not good for the movie. I'm sorry, but that's not good for the movie in this movie though, because we're still left with all these questions for this movie.
Well, it's because they want us to like wait for the second movie.
Yeah,
but chapter.
But it's not like this movie sets up like, oh, these questions are all going to be answered in the next one.
I mean, do you want me to explain what happens?
I can get it, because obviously they know that it's real.
Yes.
So they're going to be able to see him because they know it's real. I can get that. I can infer that now, but
it's just like kids believing in Santa Claus and stuff. Like that's basically what it is. Like kids see him and they'll believe in him. They'll believe him and he's real and stuff whenever they're young. But as they grow older, this fog comes on their mind and they just completely forget about it. That's how he's been able to do this for so long. Is because the adults just forget.
See, but that's not explained in the movie at all.
I know. That's why that's going to be explained in the second one. Hopefully.
Okay, but
if they don't explain,
think about this. So here's my point. So when they go into that old abandoned house where the well house is, the first time they go in, what's the kids with the inhalers name?
Eddie.
Eddie. Yeah, Eddie. So he falls through and gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Then there's the other two. There's Will. I'm just going to call him Will because Stranger Things. There's
But
Will.
another kid called
And
Will.
there's
Is there
Will
Will?
and Billy or something.
Will and Bill. Bill and
Richie.
Bill and Richie. How did I forget Richie? Bill and Richie are there.
No, Bill's not there. The fat kid?
No, Bill.
Oh, Bill. Oh,
Bill
okay.
and Richie are there,
That's Ben.
and the car's coming towards them, and they have to choose the door. They choose one that said "not very scary." They open it, and she's hanging there, and then they go, "Wait, no." Then Bill's like, "None of this, like, this isn't real," and then they open the door, and it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Meaning they can't. They know it's not real, but then when they go down, then they scream to Eddie saying. It's like it's fear or whatever. It's like that's what it wants or whatever. Just don't believe. And he starts like saying, "No, I don't believe," and then or like it's not real. And then the clown comes and is like, "Is this real enough for like is this real enough for you?" And saying yeah. What if it's that all the stuff that he creates isn't real, but he's real.
That's what he's saying.
Like the clown
things that's
himself is
happening-
real.
He puts visions.
Yeah, the things that's
But
happening
the stuff that's
isn't
happening
real, but
isn't
he
real.
is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is real.
Because he's like this demonic.
But he's real to a point. Because he
I don't know.
can
He's
shapeshift.
real. No,
but he
he
can
is real,
shapeshift
though.
himself, though.
He's a creature that is real and that can't.
Yeah, I know the creature's real. But, like, in terms of... He's not really a clown, though. He can be anything.
Yeah, he can be anything.
Clown.
Yeah, he just chooses.
That's
to be
true.
clown.
Yeah.
And his actual creature is probably.
Who knows what his actual form is, really?
It'll be
Except in the
revealed next
original,
one. It'll be
he's
revealed
just
next
this gigantic spider. So it's
Oh,
just
jeez.
like, yeah, it was,
Oh, gosh.
That's what the arms were at the very end.
yeah.
Whenever he was
Like
stabbing.
it was a little
He's like-
reference.
he's
That was
stabbing
cool,
into the
yeah.
that was
ground.
like a little reference. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I legit thought that was crabs, and I thought
Yeah,
it
I
was
thought that
because
was like-
the.
Yeah,
I mean, it
I
could
did
be
too.
crap.
I thought it was
remember,
because
I
the
was
kid
like,
was afraid of crabs or something. So he's like,
No.
Oh, yeah.
I think they did good. I think like half the kids though were afraid of zombies, which I think
That one kid was.
No, there's
Eddie
like
or
2 or
whatever.
3.
No, Eddie was scared of germs, and that was a
He has a
lever.
lever.
Oh, I thought it was a
Yeah.
I mean,
zombie.
he looked like a zombie.
It was just a zombie.
It was just a zombie.
But still.
And that's another horror movie trope. Just the house at the end of the street is the haunted
Yeah.
house or whatever. It's like, is that in the book? I don't know.
It was still done
I
really
have no
well.
idea.
Though. I really liked
it was
the
good, yeah.
the first one.
I mean, that house scene actually is one of the most annoying
Okay,
ones.
but-
Because the kids keep doing dumb stuff over and over again.
No,
Like,
yeah,
oh, let's walk in
when
this
we
room
talk
by
about
myself.
like
The
how
fact-
many people they kill,
Or not the fact that they just keep separating.
Yeah.
Well, they separate and go together, but like the girl brings them back together because she goes missing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they obviously have to do it because like they're the only people that are like
actually believe it.
they
Yeah,
actually believe that they can like do something to stop this.
Yeah.
Because
Well, they're the only ones that take action.
But if nobody
Yeah.
believes it, does it ever happen?
Yeah, because it still takes the girl.
I'm kidding.
And it takes the kid at the beginning.
but like, okay, so the homeschool kid, the black kid,
Yeah.
like
Michael.
totally like kills Henry. Like,
That's what I
tackles
said.
him.
I said that. I brought
Yeah.
that up earlier. Like, yeah, they just kill Henry for no reason.
Yeah,
Like,
he's dead.
For
And
no
he's-
reason. What? He's
No,
gonna
no, obviously it's a
Like-
reason, but like,
like
are they
they're
going to be
saying, like,
investigated? Is anyone just going to be like, oh, there's another kid missing? Just
No,
throw
they're
one in the
just
books. Or like,
Well, he's alive.
What's the girl's name?
Henry's alive?
Henry's. There's no way Henry's
I'm
alive.
telling you, man.
They
That's
leave an
not-
open-ended fall
That's
like
true, I
that
guess.
with a psychopath.
Open-ended fall. He's a human being that just.
That's
no,
true, he is
he's
human.
dead.
But you don't know what's at the end.
No, that's
Oh, he
true.
coulda landed
because
in
he
water,
coulda,
I
like, taken
guess.
it, like it could have taken him into like and turned him
Yeah.
into something else.
But has he done that before? We don't
Well,
know.
because like he totally possessed him, like not like really possessed, but like he totally like got in his
He
head.
influenced him.
Yeah, and like he was doing crazy things.
That knife scene was pretty cool, though.
But he just like went up. To,
When he like
and it's
puts
like,
it up and then he clicks it to go into the.
I wonder if there's
I
actual
totally-
knives like that.
No,
I
I totally
yeah.
thought
Yeah.
the dad was just gonna like, get up and like pull out his like.
That's what I
because he
thought,
like
yeah.
just sat there like with his
Pretty
eyes
try,
open
but it
and
was
everything.
just yeah.
And that's another thing I don't like. It's like it's so stereotypical with like with the girl and like we don't know if he's abusive or not, but he probably is, and he's just like, oh, I'm a creepy dad, and like
And then
you don't know what I'm gonna
happens-
do
and then
next.
happens later.
Yeah, and then it happens.
Okay, no. What was her name? Sorry,
Barb.
Beverly. Barbara. Beverly. That would have been
Did you
better.
know?
80s
Okay,
name.
random thought, but you know Barb got an Emmy nom
Barb? Not the other
from
one?
Stranger Things. Barb did. Yeah.
What?
She's the one that died. Like, yeah, it's literally just because she became like this huge phenomenon. It was like, oh, Barb, like a meme, and like
Oh
Emmy
my
voters thought like it was because like she was a real good actress, but like she got an Emmy nomination, which is
Oh
crazy.
my gosh. Okay, no. Anyway, sorry. Beverly just totally kills her dad.
He's not dead. We hear him breathe.
He's definitely not dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They make a point
I
for
thought
that.
it was dead.
No, they make
That's
a
what
point
I thought. It's- it was like,
because right before she
leaving
runs
out.
away, you actually hear him cough, and then you kind of see her face change a little bit because she's like kind of glad he didn't die or whatever.
Oh. Huh.
You definitely hear him cough.
Because all I remember is seeing blood go from his head.
All I remember was
the jump scare. Yeah.
After that.
Oh, that was that. Okay, that after that, when Pennywise, that was the biggest jump scare. I
wasn't expecting that.
I dropped my phone.
He yelled so loud.
Right when she knocks the dad out with the wrench in the bathtub, and then you
It
think
wasn't
she's
a wrench. It's like a bowl.
no, it was the top
it was
of the
like the
toilet
lid
seat.
of the toilet.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but anyway, right when she does that, and then you think she's safe, and then she turns around and the Pennywise right there and grabs his throat.
That's
Okay,
the
that
that's
was
the word.
great.
That's the big.
I think
boom
that's
for
the
me.
one that like actually made me jump. The rest
Yeah.
of them didn't make me.
That one kind of made me half jump, but they kept advertising that one scene in the toilet.
I didn't
and
see
the-
the
yeah,
advertisement. That's why.
I saw it a
kinda
lot.
see it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw it a lot.
I hadn't seen that, and I
don't.
I've seen that in a
first
lot.
trailer that
That's-
came out.
I think my biggest jump scare was whenever they were like the video projector thing, and then whenever it falls over and stuff, and they
And it
just
just pops
gigantic.
out.
That's a great scene.
That's
a great scene.
It was so creepy, man.
Yeah.
That was
was
probably the
creepy.
creepiest one. For
I wish
me.
there was more stuff like that with all the kids at the same time.
But okay, if I put that myself in that perspective, I feel like I'd just like sit and like curl up in a ball and just.
I just like pass out. I'd be
I'd totally
done.
just take.
I'm like, okay, just kill me.
That's
Take
what the girl did.
Yeah, I couldn't put myself through that.
Or when Petty.
Yeah, those kids are really brave. For me, I'd be like, okay, just kill me. I can't deal with this.
Yeah, sure, I'll flip.
Or I'd be like Henry and be like, okay, just take over. I'll be a bad guy. Fine.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
No, I've done
random thought. I've always thought about like that. Like if I was one of these movies, like a bad guy, like trying to entice me, I'm like, okay, fine, you won. You're on the
Yeah,
good. The other side is
whatever,
probably gonna
yeah,
win. I'll be
fine.
on your side.
Yeah, really.
Like if I was like Vader was trying to convince me to go to the dark side, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to the dark side.
Yeah, whatever.
You're obviously way stronger, so. But imagine like having Pennywise's power, where you're like his little assistant.
I still think that'd be like really creepy to put my body through like a lot, like just shape shifting. Like his arms are like this small because he was.
It's so odd. Like
Georgie,
I
and
love
he's, like,
the effects are actually pretty good for the
Yeah,
most
they
part.
are, yeah.
There's one bad CG moment in the very beginning after after Georgie gets taken and you see the blood and they pan up and you look down and you see the blood running and stuff. It's like really bad. I was like, oh, why'd they even leave that in there?
Okay, something that was really bad was like when Ben he was in the library and he's getting chased by like the headless zombie. I think that was like really. It wasn't even like scary at all. Like, did you see the way it moved?
I think it's kind of creepy.
I thought it was
Because like
creepy.
I thought it would have been. I'm glad they didn't make
it
it.
bad.
I'm glad they didn't make it where he was just like running at him. It was kind of just like he's like limping.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was creepy
Yeah,
about it.
that's
He was just
I
kind of
didn't
just
think
walking.
I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was good either. Like it wasn't the best one.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close to the best.
Like, it wasn't that scary. Like, it was freaky.
It was
at-
scary
it was
whenever
freaky
he
at
turned
first.
back and Pennywise.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there. That was
Oh, yeah, it was.
After, no, he was like, what did he say? What did he call him? He was like,
Hey, fatty.
no, he said,
Yeah, he does
no, he
say
said,
that.
hey, egg boy.
Oh, yeah.
Egg
Hey,
boy,
Egg
yeah, egg boy. And
Yeah,
then he says
and then he
fatty.
turned around and he's like,
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That was funny.
Uh,
I kind of wish we saw more forms with Pennywise. Just like weird things.
That was
can
pretty
we
cool, yeah.
talk about
So
like
cool.
can we talk about how Bill, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk about how like his biggest fear was like losing his brother? Like it was nothing else. It was just losing his brother.
Yeah.
I think that was like
Because he still kept believing that he was still alive.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. But like it could have been anything. And
But
like,
talk about obvious when he knows he's gonna shoot the little brother at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, but
he
I
had the gun and like zoomed it on the
and
gun. And like,
this was another cringy dialogue. There are some cringy dialogue moments in terms of script. But like when he's like talking on top of the steps, he's like, "That's why I feel more confident going in this house than I do my own." I'm like,
that was-
"Oh, okay, okay." dude.
Well,
Come
the
on.
fact that he
There's a
did-
killer clown in this house.
The,
Come now.
the fact that he didn't stutter.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Wait a second. He didn't stutter that.
that's a
whole time.
neurological problem. You don't just not stutter when you're when you're like confident.
I
I
mean,
don't
you
know.
probably
If you
can.
don't think about it at
Yeah.
all, if you're like in the moment type of thing, I think.
I mean, if Hulk can turn into the Hulk whenever he wants, apparently, then
Yeah,
someone can stop stuttering.
Yeah, because the Hulk's real life, obviously.
Well, Pennywise in real life?
Yeah.
Stuttering is real life? No, I'm kidding.
Stuttering in real life.
No one has that problem.
Yeah, you're depressed. Just get over it.
Really?
Yes, yeah. See, same thing.
No, I'm just
There's
kidding.
billions
So
of people with mental
one of the worst
illnesses who
things
would
with this
disagree.
movie, one of my least favorite things. I know, I don't think it had to be like this, but a lot of movies with kids in it does it. I don't like young kid romance. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I think that was
Yeah,
kinda
99% of
They
it's
were
kind of
13
bad.
years
Yeah.
old.
It didn't bother me
it's just-
this time around.
It bothered.
I mean-
it bothered me. Like, I
Especially
just
since
don't
they
like
were creating
watching
like a
it.
love
No,
triangle.
can we
I
talk
know.
about how how Bill stole Ben's girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, like
I'm not sure who to cheer for either.
Ben kisses the girl, and then like they totally have like a moment, but then
No, that wasn't a moment. It wasn't consensual.
No,
Yeah,
it was,
what?
No,
but it was a
she,
really
like,
bad
said
ending.
part of the
That was
he
bad.
said the other part.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just kissed her and then she came out of the tree.
No, before that, yeah.
That was my big problem, and we can talk about this after you're done. After you're
Just
done.
go right now.
Just go right now.
Well, how she comes out of the coma with the kiss.
Okay, yeah.
Type of
Yeah.
thing.
That okay. Well, okay.
That was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
The
They're
fact-
they're like, dude, why'd you do that?
No, it would have been even funnier if she didn't come back. If she didn't come back, and then someone just like slapped her or something, then she came back. And then you don't feel the love triangle as much because then you're like, okay, now Ben and her are gonna end together, and you're fine with that. But then Bill kisses her at the very end, and you're like, hey, what's happening? I don't know what's happening.
They're definitely.
And now they're definitely gonna set it up in the sequel where they're all adults.
Do you
and
know
like,
what happened in the
Ben's
first
still
one?
in love with her or
In the
whatever.
first movie?
No, I don't want to know.
No, okay. I'm just gonna say this. They, like she comes back to the town and she kisses Richie on the lips and then she kisses Bill on the lips and then you just see Ben like licking.
Wow, she kisses Richie. Wow.
So she is kind of
Richie.
a hoe.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, wow. The narrative comes full circle.
That's why hoes are hoes. What's the Michael Scott hoe quote?
The what?
That's why she's your hoe, no more.
No mo. No mo. No, okay.
Okay.
But she kisses him. It's like a perfect princess movie moment. Wakes up, boom. That was so cheesy for me.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
pretty bad.
I like.
But
what
the
you
fight's only
proposed
after
there.
that. The fight, I think the end fight is really good.
Awesome.
It was
The
awesome.
fight is
I was
good.
like, this is great.
Can we talk about like, is there any way that you can kill it? Is there any way?
Yeah. There it is.
There is.
Well,
Yeah, okay, Blake's like some expert now just because he watched the original TV movie.
Yeah.
You guys have seen it too.
There is a way, but it was stupid how they did.
It was really
in the
stupid. It was
original.
really stupid.
Yeah.
No, I hope there's not a way.
What is it?
Honestly, if the sequel, I hope there's not a way. That's what I'm saying. I
It's
hope
like
the
what? You're hoping all the kids die?
No, stop saying that. That's not, no, I
You
hope
just want
like
everyone to die, Danny.
no, I hope the sequel like they just leave it open ended almost. Like we don't know if he's dead or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. For like something this powerful, I feel like if they try to have some tidy conclusion where they're like, oh, we've tied the bow and the two people got married at the end and everything's happy. Like
That's
it
kinda
doesn't
how
feel
it was
true
in the
horror.
original.
And like another 27 years goes by,
Like-
and they're like old people, and they're
Yeah.
like, take it down.
They're like their biggest fear is like dying, so they're like, they just see like they just say a casket for like Pennywise just turns into a casket every time and they go, oh my gosh,
It's
I
just
already used that.
a casket.
True, Richie.
Yeah, you don't remember?
Wait, but Richie's biggest fear was clowns though.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. There's a clown in the coffin.
No,
Be
it's
funny-
No, it wasn't. It was him.
It was
And then,
him in
like,
the coffin.
It closed.
Be
and then
funny
he pops out of the
if they made like
Yeah.
the third movie like a comedy and Pennywise is like really. Yeah, you guys are like 80 years old.
But Pennywise was awesome, and then
Yeah.
Yes.
well, let's go to favorite scenes. If you have a favorite scene, just say it right now.
Favorite scene.
I mean, I said mine in the opening scene with with Georgie or whatever.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene or favorite jump scare? Or favorite scare in general?
I guess you can say favorite scare.
Oh, if favorite scare is the right word I'd use.
Best scare.
I like
Best
the basement scene with the You'll Float 2 thing. With
You'll
Georgie.
float too. It's just stuck. It gets stuck in my head.
I like that scene.
You'll float too. You'll float too.
Well, I saw.
He
it in the
starts
trailer.
I already felt like I already
That's the
seen
thing.
whole
It's in the
set.
trailer. That whole thing's in the trailer.
Yeah, but
So,
what
like,
was
it didn't
different?
bother
He
me.
was turning demonic. Like,
Yeah,
you never
it
saw
didn't
that.
show
in the
that,
trailer.
but it still wasn't that like scary at all.
I think the very
It
end
was
of it,
freaky.
very
I-
end of
I
that
was-
scene is kind of scary because you don't
Yeah.
know if he's actually going to grab Bill or not.
Yeah.
That's the only part that got me because I wasn't sure if he was actually
Yeah,
going to get
that's
him or
what I
not.
thought. That's a freaky.
Yeah.
And the way he just like judders, moving.
That
out
is
the
weird.
wall, that
It's
was freaky. I was
yeah,
like,
it's-
what the flip?
It is weird. Yeah, but I think he does a really good job with his face, the actor's face. Because I mean, you can tell it's practical effect. I mean, it's not CG with like his smile
it's
is
all
like really
practical.
weird and all
Oh,
that
his
stuff.
Smile, geez.
And like the way his face
And he
turns serious all of a
drools all the
sudden.
time,
Yeah, and he's
too.
yeah, especially in the open scene, when he's talking to Georgie, and he's just like
Oh,
drooling.
and
You're
he's
like,
good. No, what
it's
I
like
like is
weird,
like,
yeah.
and then he's like,
Yeah, he starts laughing, or he's like,
does that.
yeah, he starts laughing, and then he gets serious
He's
real
just-
quick. And you're like, oh, jeez.
It's like okay.
Then we're deciding I was gonna say best scene or whatever, best scare.
The projector scene.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was really,
That was
really
that was
good.
my favorite.
I think
scare,
that
best
was
scare.
that scene is perfect execution of terms of like you don't have to think about anything outside of what's happening, just like because you know what's gonna happen with the projector, but it's still really creepy to actually see it happen. And then like when they're attacking everyone, he's attacking everyone in that enclosed space. I think besides the opening scene for me, like yeah, that scene with in the garage, and then also the very ending in the sewers with the big fight.
Yeah.
With all the kids, with Pennywise fighting all the kids at once, I guess is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because when they're kind of separated off, it kind of just feels like it doesn't feel like almost. Yeah, it feels kind of connected to the rest of the movie, but it doesn't feel as important.
It feels like kind of like every
kids,
other horror film with one person
yeah,
facing one demon.
But but the kids, the next scene, it's like they're not super freaked out about it. Like I'd be like, dude, oh my goodness, guess what just happened to me? Like they don't even talk about it. They're kind of like keeping it to themselves. Like, yeah, I saw him too.
Dude, I don't know. I'd probably either kill myself or if I legit saw like that painting come to life, dude. I'd be like, Mom, Dad, we got to move like right now.
And that cleaning the blood thing with all that blood.
Yeah.
How long would that take them? Jeez.
That was weird.
No, there's no way that they did that.
The montage scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. It was like out of place almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
because
all of them didn't see the blood. It was only her.
No,
they all saw it.
All the kids saw the blood.
Yeah. Why did they ask after?
No, they're like, do you see it? They're like, yeah. She's like, okay, so I'm not crazy, and then they're like, yeah, we're probably all crazy.
No, but then but after they ask Bill, did you not see the blood or something?
No, Richie, because Richie wasn't there.
Yeah. Remember he was
Richie's like, are you sure? Richie's like, am I the only one who's not crazy around here or something like that? Because he didn't go in. Remember?
Hey, are you all virgins or something?
Yeah.
Is it that only virgins can see the blood?
But that's a good point. Let's segue. We haven't talked about the comedy at all. And there's a lot of comedy, and I think
it's perfect.
Some of it's forced. Okay, not perfect.
I just think there's a little bit too much with.
It's a lot of relief.
There's a little bit too much.
That's how the characters.
Like even around the end with the more serious moments, he still just cracks jokes over.
It is a little too much.
I'm like, okay, just tone it down.
But I'd rather have too much. But I'd rather have too much. Because even when it does feel like too much, the jokes are still funny for the most part.
Yeah.
But what else was I gonna say? The other kid though. The one that talks a lot, and they're like, oh, he's got a germ. Yeah. What's his name? Eddie or something?
Yeah.
Eddie.
I like
he was annoying me at some parts. So he's like, you can obviously tell he's like running out of words to say, but he keeps trying to talk. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like an acting thing. Like he's not a great actor.
Improv?
Yeah, but he's like, but there's like a food and the sewer.
Or like when they're like healing.
Who's having asthma attack?
Healing Ben.
No, the sewer thing. When he's talking about the sewer at the very beginning.
Oh,
he's like, and you can get AIDS from that, and then you can get a stab. Do you know what a stab picture is? Like, oh my god, just shut up.
Well, I actually saw interviews with the kids. He's actually a very hyperactive kid. So yeah, he talks too much.
So. Yeah. But other than that, I think Richie was definitely the best. I think Richie was definitely the best in the movie.
Yeah,
out of all,
he did a good job.
But he has Stranger Things experience, and Bill was really good too at portraying the sadness.
They're all good.
He had really good hair.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. I kept seeing that too.
Yeah,
like,
he had really nice hair.
He did.
Bill,
too perfect.
Yeah,
it's so good. I don't know why I liked it so much.
They all get style too. They get that 80s fashion.
They have a good style.
True. Yeah, I don't know why they were getting bullied.
No.
Well, they were short.
Made me mad was who's the main bully? What's his name? Henry, yeah. He's like wearing like full on skinny jeans.
Yeah.
With
and
cowboy boots.
And he's got a mullet.
Yeah, and he has a mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does that make you mad?
Is he greaser?
Because he should be wearing bootcut jeans.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
We're talking about fashion.
I mean, you were talking.
They weren't even Chelsea. Okay,
True. So do we want to go ahead and rate it, or
what was I gonna say? Oh gosh, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the very ending of the movie. Immediately after that fight, right? They say that fight takes place in August, but then it shows them all together. Yeah, it shows them all together and talking in September. I'm like, really? It took them a month to talk about this?
Or was it the very end of August and then the very beginning of September?
But it's like, why would you not talk about it right after it happened or the next morning?
Like the thing was, I think they just needed like a break to like.
Why?
Or maybe they just won't stop talking.
If that happened to us, would you just be like, and you actually you think you defeated like evil clown monster, you wouldn't talk about it right away?
If you think about it though, like if they turned in like all those kids that went missing, like all the police would be around and like they wouldn't.
That's what they want.
Well, it didn't say if they like turned showed where all.
I don't understand. Were those people dead?
Yeah, they were dead for sure because then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because remember, he said you can't bring Georgie back or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, so all those kids were dead.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, but imagine this. Imagine the logical thing. What if these 4 or 5 kids came? I guess like 5 or 6 kids came.
There's more than that.
I don't know. Okay, I don't feel like doing that.
There's like 20 of them floating up there.
No. The main kids, like
there's
6.
7 of them. 7 of them. 7 kids come to the police station. Hey, we know where all the missing kids that have been around are, and they're dead. and we can lead you right to them. Like, how weird would that be?
It's not the police are going to think they killed him, so. Really? The police are going to be like, oh, you
Like,
seven
if you think
joined
about
together
it,
to kill all these
well,
little
they
kids,
could-
including your own little brother.
You don't think there'd be like a
nuke
gigantic
the well.
investigation? That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No, but like,
Okay, that's not the end of Avengers.
True.
okay, but like
Iron Man can guide it in.
True.
they could have just like brought it to his dad
And then you can
because
float back
like
up.
You'll float too.
Guide Pennywise to space. What were you saying? Sorry.
saying that like they just bring it to Bill's dad because like he kept explaining that it was in the sewers and then, like,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
finally like
yeah.
explains and like shows. I don't know, like it doesn't show like his reaction like seeing actual Georgie. Wouldn't that be like insane?
The dad never sees Georgie.
No, I'm talking about like Bill like seeing the actual dead Georgie. Like he never sees.
Oh
the
yeah, he
actual
never
dead
does,
missing.
huh?
He just
Yeah,
sees
they
his
never
jacket.
Oh, like his corpse.
Yeah, he only
Yeah,
sees
he
his
just sees the
jacket.
jacket.
So like, and when all
Yeah,
the
that
kids fall
body,
down,
he would have been one of the bodies, huh?
Yeah, like so he doesn't like they don't show him seeing it, like breaking down and crying. 'Cause, like that's obviously what would happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
They show him breaking down and crying over his jacket, though.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but like it's just seeing the.
But you
the
don't think
body,
he would look
too.
for the body
Like, you
over
don't know
there,
what
too?
happens. Like no, they don't.
Unless the
explain
body
anything.
wasn't there, I don't know.
Maybe he really is alive.
Oh, but I mean that's kind of minor, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you want to get? Yeah, we can go to final thoughts,
Let's do
final
it.
rates or whatever.
All right, final thoughts and rates.
Me?
Yeah. You got
I'll
the
say
end?
4 out of 5
Why?
because I'm not good at judging horror movies because I haven't seen.
Just
a
judge it
lot.
as a movie.
Well, yeah, just as a movie. I mean, it was an entertaining movie. The kid actors were pretty good. I mean, overall, it's a good movie. It's just I don't know. I just thought it was 4 out of 5.
You thought it was what?
4 out of
4 out
5.
of 5.
Okay.
What do you think, Blake?
I'm also gonna go 4 out of 5. They did have quite a few problems. I'm also not really good at judging horror movies. I feel like because for the most part I don't like being scared, and
Yeah.
for a lot of the
Yeah.
movies I watch, I like the movies, and I don't really like being scared. So that goes into my ratings. But for this one, it's just like it did have pacing problems. It did have a lot of story problems, which is it's kind of common for horror movies to have a lot of story problems. At least this one has story, I guess. I can say that. And I don't think there was enough tension for a lot of the movie. I didn't really feel that tense. It could have been a lot scarier, I think. And that's the reason I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
What about you? So you're the one who likes horror, actually.
Okay,
among
so like
us.
if I was rating it as a movie, I'd do 4, like with them. But if I'm rating it as a horror movie, I think 4.5. Like I would do 4.25, but you guys do half, so it's more leaning towards a 5. It's because
So
like,
he gives it 4.5 then.
yeah, it's because they give a really good story with the movie. Like it's not like we talked about. It's not all scaring. It wasn't just like jump scare after jump scare. It was like they actually had a story, and it was with like a group of kids, and they explained how everything happened and how they came together and like defeated this demon. So I think that was really great. But as a movie, I'd say 4. But 4.5 is
Cool. What about you, Weston?
I'm going to give it a 4.5 too. I just had a really great time. Yeah, I'm not really into horror movies that much either. I'm not really into it, but just based on every horror movie I know, or at least know about, and been hearing about how bad they've been recently over the past few years, or maybe even longer than that. We've been getting some pretty bad movies lately, but this one is so unique, and this one is the only one that sparked my interest because I knew parts of the original It, and I recently rewatched it yesterday and liking it. So I mean, I like the story, I like the setting, and I like the characters. And yeah, the problems were like some of the stupid decisions that Danny was talking about. But other than that, the other things didn't bother me too much because I had a great time.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow, really? Okay.
That's what I give it.
I'll tell you what. No, just because of kind of like what you both said, or what Weston said at least, is because it's a good standalone horror movie if you like horror, but at the same time it has such a compelling story, which is what I love, and it's hard to mesh the two between having something that's legitimately scary, and having something that you don't like horror movies, but you can still watch this. You know what I mean? So I'm giving it a 4.5. But the only reason I'm not giving it 5 is one for the waking up Sleeping Beauty scene, and then also just because of, like you said, all the stupid decisions people made, like they kept splitting up and stuff like that, and it was just not logical. But it's also a horror movie that you have to do kind of some cheesy stuff like that to set up things. But
The Shining doesn't do that.
Yeah, The Shining's way better than this, dude. So.
Okay, enough with Stanley Kubrick. Okay.
What about you?
Shining, okay, but Kubrick perfected the horror genre. So no, from what I know, I've seen 2 horror movies.
You didn't even give it a 5. You said The Thing was better than the...
I do. The Thing is really good.
The Thing.
But that's I don't know. I wouldn't consider that horror. Okay, but anyway, I kind of feel bad for going last because I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I think it's like for me it's more entertaining than it is a good movie because the more I like. It's a movie that I could just watch and be like entertained the whole time for the most part. But the second I actually started trying to be critical about rating the movie in terms of filmmaking and storytelling, I feel like there's so many things I can just pick apart and all that stuff because I think it is pretty generic. It's just like the character of Pennywise is so good. It kind of in the kids aspect of it is so good. It kind of goes past just the genericness of the movie in general. So I give it a 3.5. It's kind of for me like Kong Skull Island earlier this year. Is like the movie wasn't that good as a whole, but just Kong in general was so entertaining. I gave it a 3.5. Yeah. And that third act, same with this movie with the ending. The ending of Kong is kind of similar.
I know. I think Kong had a lot more stupid stuff than this film. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of stupid stuff in this. In the first hour of the movie, it's like. In the first hour of the movie, it's like all the stuff that's happening is kind of just random, and it's not really connected.
Yeah, it wasn't like
that's
true, but it's because like eventually it'll all connect.
Yeah, but when it connects, it's good. But like it's a lot of just randomness happening to like individual characters that doesn't feel like it's connected.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like it starts with each visual character seeing the clown, seeing it.
Yeah, but it feels like that doesn't impact the whole movie as much as it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Dumb People vs. Movies official rate for It 2017 is a 4.2, which I think is good. I think that's fair. I think that's
really
a good
high.
rate.
It's really high.
I think that's good.
Think about the movies. What are the movies that we have less than 4.2?
Cars 3.
You guys been saw Cars 3? Can I say something about that?
Yes. Go ahead right now.
I kind of like the ending.
Oh my god, the ending's the worst part. With Carla? You like Carla taking over?
No, I just think he's like way too old to be like.
Hey, have you
he
seen?
Obviously can't be.
Yeah, but you like the Carla takeover mid-race?
If that was my choice, no. But like, he's obviously like can't beat it.
So why can't Carla just do the race at the very
It's
beginning?
not Carla.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Wait, Kyle.
Yeah, but he bought it though.
Wait,
okay.
Kyle, I have one question for you. Have you seen War? War of the Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Okay, what's better, Cars 3 or War of the
Planet
Planet of the Apes?
It's really dragged out.
Hey!
Told you.
What's better? What is better, Cars 3 or War of the Planet of the Apes?
That's two
It doesn't matter. Which one's better?
exactly.
Which one would you rate better on a scale of 0 to 5, 1.5 to 5?
It's hard because that's a.
No, which one though? Numbers.
I can't answer that. This is totally not.
That's not a fair question. And War for Planet Apes is way better.
It's not true.
Cars 3 is not even a good kids movie.
No, compared to like the other Cars movies, it's trash.
Yeah, that's true.
But the first Cars movie's not even that good.
The first Cars movie is a classic. The 2 and 3 aren't great. 2's definitely trash.
No, 2's bad.
2's
3
really
is okay.
3's better than 2.
Yeah,
3's
it
definitely
is.
better than
Because
2.
3
is
is an okay film.
Planes.
So how about we do this?
Decent.
Okay, I don't want to take away his random topic, but real quick before we do that, let's talk about some of the movies we reviewed and get Kyle's thoughts on them.
All right.
He can kind of be our consensus. Okay,
Let's
so,
each come up with one movie.
Okay.
I'll go first. What did you think of Dunkirk?
Just the movies he hasn't seen it yet.
Oh my god. What did you think of Baby Driver?
Okay, yeah, I hear you.
Like in what way? Like
the movie. What
What'd you think?
Did you like it?
Did you like it?
Why did you say what I said?
You loved it, right?
Oh yeah, I watched Baby Driver.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, okay.
I liked it. I gave it a 4 though.
Wow.
No, shut up.
The ending's really dumb. The ending's
I talked to Kyle about
Okay,
this.
no.
The ending's bad.
The ending's bad.
No.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's
Okay,
not
how is
bad.
it not bad?
The
It's
term
honestly
makes
not
zero
bad.
sense.
Okay,
Kevin
explain
Spacey's
why
turn-
it is bad.
Kevin Spacey's turn makes zero sense, and plus,
And that
what
John-
baby,
and,
baby's job, like baby's turn doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, baby like becoming a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah,
all of a
the
sudden.
entire movie it's him like fighting against violence, and all of a sudden he's like perfectly fine with violence. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
I still really enjoyed it.
Don't let
It's
them.
really fun.
Don't let them infringe.
And the
on your
car
opinion.
stuff's
I
kind of
like
bad.
The car stuff?
No, I'm just kidding. And the music is trash. No?
Oh, you know.
I hated this movie.
No, I really liked it. I would have given it like 4.5.
Interesting.
Did you see
How about
Lucky?
Yes.
Oh my god, I don't want to hear your thoughts about it.
Oh yeah,
Why?
you
We
didn't
already
like it.
talked
I thought you didn't like it.
You didn't like it, did you?
No, I said I liked it.
Oh, you did?
I just said that there is no,
It was Brady that
there's no
didn't like it.
conflict. That's it.
You're Brett hated it.
Oh man.
But that's not the. There's
No,
It's
I,
really
I
good.
liked it a lot. The only thing that bothered me is there's no conflict.
Like, I
But
thought it
that
was a lot
the
better
point
than
of the
Baby
movie, is
Driver.
that there was no conflict. Like, everything went smoothly, and that.
like I thought it was a lot better than Baby
It's
Driver.
not better than Baby Driver.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, it depends. It
Baby
de-
Driver's
no,
third
no,
act
no,
just
no,
makes me
no.
so
It
mad.
depends
Oh, God.
on like what type of style of movie you like. Do you like a lot
Good
of
movies,
action,
yeah.
or do you like
But the action,
anything directed by?
but the
people?
action of Baby Driver is like the worst parts.
Oh my
What?
gosh!
The action
Don't
of Baby
acknowledge
Driver.
this. Don't
I'm not
acknowledge
gonna.
this.
No, I'm not gonna do this.
Weston,
Pick a
Weston,
different
ask
movie.
about your movie. Ask about
Wind
your movie.
River.
Okay,
Have you seen Wind River?
No.
You should. You're
Okay,
playing
wait,
at your
what-
theater.
I really want to.
You should.
Like
It's
it's
good.
at my theater.
Which one do you want? Do you want? to
Don't
see?
be depressed.
Wonder Woman.
I liked it.
Good.
I liked it.
Good.
a lot.
Would you say it's better or worse than Baby Driver?
It's better than Baby
of
Driver.
course.
Okay.
It's better. It's better.
Wow,
I
how
think
dare
it's
you.
better
It's
than
not
Baby
good.
Driver.
Wonder Woman wasn't
Wonder
that
Woman?
good.
Don't hate.
No, it wasn't that good.
I think it's better than
What would
Baby
you give it?
Driver.
You never rated it. What was your rating?
I'd probably give it like a 4.
Oh, dude, that's
3.5. Oh my god. Calm down.
It's
Personally, I
definitely
think.
Podcast again.
3.5. It's not Baby Driver.
Okay.
Did you see The Circle?
No, but I see so many trailers. I've never
Don't watch The
seen it
Circle.
like out.
Yeah, you don't watch.
Well, it only lasted in theaters like 2 weeks. I
It's
think.
trash.
Really?
It was
It's
complete
really- that's
trash.
what I
It was
thought.
complete garbage.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Homecoming.
Okay, so Spider-Man is like my favorite Marvel character. Yeah,
I mean,
it's my
that's-
favorite.
It's a lot of people's
Well,
favorite.
yeah, that's a Marvel
I hate
character.
saying that it's my favorite because it is a lot of
Well, yeah.
people's like
Well,
favorite.
he's the best Marvel
Yeah.
character.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my God.
so
Who's
I liked the way he acted as a kid. I really like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Tom Holland's great.
I loved how they built the Death Star. That was like really funny. I like that a lot.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? It's like
No,
this
the
is so-
Lego
No,
Death
but hold
Star.
on. Time out.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
bring that up. Okay, so Civil War. Tom Holland acts like some idiot who doesn't know Star Wars. It's like, hey, you know that one kid from
Oh,
the
yeah.
80s is like,
Okay, that bothered me. I was
and
like,
now like
what?
now they're building Death Stars. Like, okay, now you're a nerd about Star Wars, even though you couldn't even name the movie in Civil War.
This is like it's like out of context, but like he could have just been like saying that not to sound like really stupid, like really nerdy.
But it sounded really
But,
dumb.
yeah.
Then.
He's
Who
like,
doesn't know what Star?
You know that-
Okay, saying you know something from Star Wars doesn't make you a nerd. Everyone knows what Star Wars.
Not
is.
even that, but the Death Star. Not knowing what the Death Star is.
No, he does know what the Death
He
Star
does.
is.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't even like. Oh, you might not know the specific details about Star Wars, but like the Death Star.
Like he knows what the Death Star.
That
is.
kind
I
of
think
stuff.
everybody knows. What the Death
Yeah,
Star is.
exactly.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, he knows everything about Star Wars, and he's nerd enough about it to build
Yeah, but
his
in
own
Civil
Death
War he
Star.
doesn't.
Yeah, in Civil War he doesn't act like he knows what Star
Okay,
Wars. is.
back on that topic, but I really liked how he like vlogged everything. Like,
Yeah, that was
at
fun.
the
The
Civil
beginning
War. I
of
thought that was so
the
funny,
beginning
yeah.
of Homecoming. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that movie a lot. I think
Would you
it's-
say Wonder Woman or Homecoming is better?
Homecoming?
Oh my god, get out.
Homecoming for sure. Yeah.
The thing about Homecoming is, the more I thought about it, is like, yeah, it's a real fun kids movie. Not kids, I'm terms of like coming of age teenager movie. But like, Spider-Man should have more emotion to it. That's what I like about
Emotion?
the emotion. Yeah,
Well,
like
with Uncle
yeah.
Ben and everything.
They have.
Yeah, there's no Uncle Ben
Okay,
stuff.
No, because everybody knows that story.
Yeah, but-
everybody knows that story.
Yeah, no,
Because
that's so
the
dumb.
two
No,
kids-
I'm not saying
Ben.
I'm not saying they should have Uncle Ben, but we don't even get the motivation he feels from that. Like,
No, it's
that's
a
the whole point of
Spider-Man origin story. You can't have that without Uncle Ben.
I mean,
Yes,
you can.
I don't want him. I don't want to see him.
No, we
ever
don't want to
again.
see him. It's like seeing a bad
I don't.
movie. You-
Iron Man is Uncle Ben now. I think they made him clear.
No. But he's still Spider-Man, and we know Uncle Ben's dead. But like, even if you don't show it, he should still kind of feel like that's his motivation for being Spider-Man in the first place. But we don't get that. He's like, I'm Spider-Man because I am cool and I like using a suit and I want to be an Avengers.
Because that's what
because
every
he doesn't
typical
have the-
teenager would
Yeah,
want.
but that's not
If
Spider.
I'm, like,
But
freaking
Spider-Man's not a
powers, I'd be
typical
like,
teenager though.
Yes, he is.
He's a
He
normal.
is a typical teenager.
He's a normal kid, but
Yes.
he's special in terms of both of his parents are dead, and then he's the reason his uncle died.
Yeah.
That's not any normal teenager.
Okay.
He
but
has a
they-
dark
but they
past.
passed
It didn't
that
happen to you?
No, they go through that he's already through that phase.
Yeah, but he should
because
still
we've
feel
seen
it though.
too many times.
He should still feel that for the rest of his life.
Okay, well maybe they'll bring it up in the next movie.
But they didn't bring it up in this one. It should be more important in this
because
one.
nobody wants to focus on that point.
Yeah,
They
but
just
he
wanna
should
get
still.
to all the
But none of the
awesome
emotions there though. That's why I like Spider-Man 2. Like, have you seen Spider-Man 2? Like the original
Yeah.
one, like with Dr. Ock.
Yeah.
That's why I like that one better because you feel like that stuff more.
All right, random topic, Kyle.
But Kyle, do you have what,
Kyle.
are we missing
You
anything?
know, I just realized we didn't recommend another movie club movie other than our movie club episode.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
Oh, jeez.
We can do it at the end of this
tonight.
one.
Yeah, we can do it.
What? No. What was I gonna say? Before that, Transformers. Do you see it?
No, I hate Transformers.
Mummy.
Good for you.
Okay, I think that's all of them.
Have you seen Logan?
Logan?
We don't have to talk about
Wolverine
that maybe.
film?
I've wanted to see that. But I just never
You should
got
see
to
it.
Weston loves it.
Yeah, I love it.
Really?
It's,
Almost as much
it's
as
my
Weston
favorite.
Racer.
Huh?
Is it good?
Yeah,
It is really good. I think it's the best superhero movie this year.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
do
my
you
favorite
have a random topic, Kyle? Be
I get
anything.
I get my braces off Monday.
When
Oh,
we talk
that's
about
cool.
braces.
Really?
Who's had braces here?
I have.
Well, I have braces.
You've had
Okay.
braces?
I had. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had braces.
What? What
Hey, let
year?
me see
For
your
how
teeth.
long?
You didn't wear your retainer, did you?
Oh, dude. Oh, man, you just got flamed.
Well, I'm just saying, did you or did you not?
I have retainers afterwards.
But did
yeah.
you wear them?
Yeah.
When you
I
had
mean,
braces?
during the nighttime, yeah.
So,
Do you
Are you
still
supposed to
wear
wear
them?
them all the
Do you
time?
still wear them?
No, it's.
Yeah, see.
I mean, I wore like for
you wear
like
yours?
4 years. I
Really?
wore it for like 3 to 4 years, and I stopped.
You have
so.
to keep on wearing it if you don't.
yeah,
have
they're
them.
just gonna go back to the same spot.
Oh, jeez, that sounds terrible.
Retainers
Do you have
are so-
braces?
are-
It depends.
They're
on-
worse than braces.
Do I have braces?
No, did you have
I
those?
hate
No,
Did
I've never had braces.
Retainers are.
you have braces?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I
You
do.
would-
I've used Crest 3D whitening strips.
I've used those.
Does that
Oh.
count?
Man, braces look terrible.
Yeah.
Some people can pull it off.
No, I'm not. I mean, not.
You can pull it off.
No, not in terms of look. I meant like they just look terrible as in like to wear.
He meant
to
like
have
they
it.
sound terrible.
Yeah, sound terrible. That's what I mean.
Yeah, they're terrible at first, but like you just get used to them.
And they look terrible on the video.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
You get them off when?
You pull them off.
Monday.
Oh, jeez.
Dude.
So is
That's gonna
that
be
wait,
awesome.
hold on. To get your brace off, is that like a whole thing? Like you have to like,
Yeah,
do they
it's-
put
it's
you
a
under and
couple
stuff?
hours. No,
Oh.
it's a couple hours.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Tell
because,
him
like,
that.
Barry said it doesn't hurt.
It mine hurt. Okay, you're just weird.
Well, like no, I feel like it won't
Mine
hurt,
hurt a
but
lot.
it'll feel really weird because all your teeth are like free.
It feels your teeth.
Yeah,
Your
like
teeth
when
are
they
gonna feel
take
super
like
weird.
when
more
they take the
airflow,
wire
yeah.
out. Every time I go to an appointment, they take the wire out, and I brush my teeth like to get in between them,
Yeah.
and like I can feel my teeth like moving, like stretching.
Oh,
Not,
dude,
like,
that's
stretching,
weird.
but like you know what I mean, like
Yeah, your teeth are gonna feel real weird for the next 2
Yeah.
days after that.
That seems like it's
and,
gonna
like,
be awesome.
And they're gonna have to take like a mold of your teeth, like they put a bunch of mold in your mouth, and you have to
What's a mole?
like
It's
a
like
mold
the
so that they can
impressions,
make a
like they
a
put it in your
retainer.
mouth to make
Oh.
like, teeth.
Yeah,
teeth
that's
Yeah, that's how they make the
It- It's just like scans.
So after you get braces off, that's when you use your retainer.
Yeah, and it also depends.
Are you
like,
getting permanent, or are you just gonna?
I have no clue.
What's a permanent retainer?
It's like
Like
they,
it's like a metal thing that
Yeah.
just stays in your mouth.
Like at all times?
Yeah.
yeah,
People do that?
yeah. Bray has them.
You have that in your mouth right
Come
now.
here,
It's
come
on
here.
your-
Can you take it out?
Isn't it
He
right
only
here?
has it on the bottom though.
Yeah,
Wait,
on
it's
the-
what
like
do you mean it's
behind
permanent?
your-
So you can't take it out?
Can I see?
Yeah, come
Yeah,
come.
yeah.
I didn't get them.
Like,
People
right
say
in
they're
front of the
really,
camera, go ahead.
people say they're really hard to clean. So
Are they really hard to clean?
Wait, you don't have one, but he does.
I wear
It's the
mine.
type of teeth that you have.
Oh,
wow.
jeez, I've never seen that before.
Oh, dude, what?
I'm in your mouth all the time. Why haven't I ever seen that?
Yeah, really. I think I've licked there before. I don't know how to do it.
That is weird. What?
Yeah.
So you don't have to wear a retainer at night then?
I should for the top, but I
Oh, okay.
Weston.
Why didn't you do that then?
That's how I have to deal with it.
Yeah,
like
it's
if
just
you
the type
if you
of
don't
teeth
if
you
you
have.
don't maintain them, it's like it can be really bad.
How do you maintain a metal one?
You don't.
You have to brush really well. That's there.
I mean, like you don't have to do anything.
It's just like
So what are you doing? Are you not doing that?
harder.
I just have braces. I don't have a retainer yet.
No, but are you going to do that? That's why not.
I have no clue. I haven't taken my braces off yet.
Oh, the dentist tells you what you should do, or
Orthodontist.
orthodontist. Okay, same thing.
No,
So the orthodontist
It's not the
tells you-
same.
it's definitely not.
They're the exact same
I'm
thing.
gonna be a freaking dentist. I know.
It's the same thing, but you can just transfer over. Like, hey, we're running short on orthodontist. Can you just come over?
You can't just transfer.
We're running short on
Being an
orthodontist.
orthodontist takes like 4 extra years.
Does it really?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you gotta
well-
go through pediatric
well,
training, and then you have to
yeah.
go through orthodontist training.
Well, what I want to do is like.
Those are 2 years each.
Orthodontist training.
If you become a dentist, you can like potentially. Be
I actually saw a side note. I actually saw to relate to movies. I saw this this top 10 list. It was like top 10 movies where dentists aren't shown as bad characters. Because like you know how dentists, because dentists are always shown as bad in dentists are always shown as bad in movies. You know, like well, rightly so. They're terrible people. So they're
True.
awful.
Especially when they give you shots right in your nerves.
Like really, they're like trying to. It's kind of like a seller's market. Like they're trying to like. It's like an overhyped market. Like we don't need our teeth on.
No. So I recently got a couple.
Ridiculous.
No, like, honestly, shut.
George Washington.
Yeah, George Washington was fine. He lived to like
40.
He lived to 40 years old. He had,
Okay,
he had a great life.
Okay, no. Think about this. I recently got one or two. 2 cavities filled recently.
How's that feel? Huh?
And it was terrible.
But that's the point. That's what I'm trying to say.
No. Okay, and I started thinking when I got out. Hang on. I don't really have a way that I could tell if I have a cavity.
Yeah, exactly.
So what if there's like, what if there's like,
caused completely by the Western diet?
Did it hurt?
No.
Actually, climate change.
My theory is dentists secretly put cavities in your teeth, and they're like, "Oh, you have a cavity," and they're like, "You have to go take it out." It's gonna
No, because sometimes you go to the dentist and they're like, "Oh yeah, you have a cavity," but you can't feel anything different.
Yeah, I'm like, "Are you sure I had a cavity before I came in here, or is it because it's something?"
Or not even that. What if they're just like, "Oh yeah, B1, A1, C1, D, E27, you have man. There's an obstruction of."
they're like using that weird metal thing, and they're like using the mirror
like a
and
scrape,
like, you have a cavity right here. It's like, okay,
Really?
how can you tell?
Yeah,
I couldn't
really.
feel it.
Really, it's just like a piece of metal. They
It's
can't see.
because
You wanna know how
they
they
take
can
like
tell?
8 years of schooling to like figure this stuff out.
To scam people.
Yeah, but 8 years of schooling for that, really? I could do that by
Why'd you go
myself.
to them?
Yeah, we could. Honestly, if we went to like one class.
Why would you go to the dentist? Why do you go to the dentist?
Because I have to.
Yeah, because I have
No,
to.
you don't.
I
don't.
My
have
parents
to.
make me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are you paying
This is
for
good
it?
for you.
No,
Then why are you complaining?
because I don't want to go.
You don't want to go? Then you don't
I think
go.
it's you. I have to. I told you my parents make me.
Oh my god.
My parents make me though. It's on their insurance still.
You're living on your own, okay? So
I'm still on there. Again, if I get in for free, I might as well go.
Okay, but do you want your teeth taken care of?
Same thing with.
Do you want your teeth to be nice?
Well,
Do you care about your smile?
no, okay, but this might. Let me get back to my original point. If I think the technology could have advanced to this point where everyone could just have fake teeth and they even work better than real teeth.
You want to know how
No,
expensive
no,
it is, though?
that's
No,
not-
it wouldn't be expensive if
that's not
technology
true
was
at all,
if the technology was used.
You know how important
Are you
teeth are? What?
Yeah, but if we had fake teeth, aren't that important. If you
Yes,
had-
they are.
Why?
What are you talking about?
Why? For chewing?
For
For what?
everything
What else?
your mouth does.
For chewing.
Well, it does other things.
What do teeth? Oh my god. No, what else do teeth do necessarily though that you actually couldn't use a fake
You don't think
artificial
eating
thing?
is an important task?
No, but if you couldn't use you couldn't use an artificial teeth for that?
I don't want to.
Why?
Well, for one, it's like less feeling. You couldn't feel.
What? I don't think so.
No, but like they would connect it to your
You don't
nervous
have the nerve
system.
attached to it.
It'd be like a fake arm. If you had a fake arm, you still feel it.
No, that's not.
I don't.
If you had a fake arm,
I know what I'm talking about. I'm a doctor.
I do though teeth though because you can't feel teeth. It's just the nerves inside of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and whenever you have fake teeth, you don't feel the nerves because the nerves don't.
I'll get all gold teeth.
Oh, dude, true.
Yeah, but what's the benefits of feeling for teeth? It's only negative pain. It's not positive.
What are you talking
What
about?
good feeling do you get from
No,
teeth?
you're way.
So okay, so
okay.
so in the middle of the
texture
night.
of food, you have to use your teeth.
So this is what would
That's
happen.
an important part of eating.
You can't feel where your teeth are. Whoops.
What?
You just bit your tongue off.
Oh, that's actually.
You don't think I can't control my own teeth? Are you serious?
I don't know. I bite my tongue a lot.
Yeah, how often do you bite your tongue now?
Yeah, you actually do bite quite a bit.
Exactly.
But calm down.
So you would bite it more if you.
We
had
can put
fake teeth.
sensors on it so it doesn't clamp down when you're talking.
No, you can
Is that what
still
we're
you can still
talking
control your teeth.
Okay.
I'm not saying you can't control
No,
your
no,
teeth.
no.
No, I'm saying-
no. Just cut off. This,
Oh, oops,
about
I
this
bit my
much
whole
of the tip of
tongue
your
off, really?
No, I'm just saying, if
Okay.
you're like $6 million man or whatever, you could just put sensors on your prosthetic teeth.
But I'm saying
So you never bite your teeth.
if all the money that's gone into the dentistry industry, which is billions of dollars every year, almost trillions, if that was gone into technology,
trillions.
I don't know. If
That
that
was
was
going into education.
I think you're overrating.
if that money was put into technology to improve the teeth industry, then we'd all have like super super awesome teeth.
Way underestimated.
Yeah. Okay. So why would you want artificial teeth though? Why? Like,
So I would never have to go to the dentist.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe you could do more with them. You could chew on harder stuff.
You're-
I could eat a
you'd
whole
still have to
apple
go to the
with
dentist.
one bite.
Fake teeth would still corrode.
Yeah,
that
you
would be
still
like
have to go to the dentist.
No, metal stuff.
No, you'd have to go to an engineer.
Yeah,
And then you could
exactly.
just buy
That'd be
them.
even more expensive.
No, but I'm saying they'd be cheaper, and you could just replace them really easily.
Okay, it'd be-
you could have different colors. It'd be a part.
know
it'd
how
be
much
normal
it
in
is,
society
though?
for people to have cool colors.
You know how
Imagine
much
this.
it is.
We just take
You know
elephant
how much
ivory.
It is to like install new teeth.
No, I'm saying it wouldn't be that much if more money was put into
It's
it.
thousands of dollars per teeth.
Yeah, now because the dentist industry, there's not enough money being put into the right places. It's all being
Well,
put
there's
into
no market.
the pocket of the
Yeah,
dentist.
nobody wants.
Yeah,
that.
nobody wants fake teeth, man.
I would. If it was.
If it's a normal part of society, we'd all want it.
Okay, but it's not normal. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It should be normal compared to now. It's normal to go to the dentist.
That would way change the pleasure of eating.
yeah, it definitely would.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Is
No,
eating?
I
does
guarantee you.
Eating's mainly tongue.
Does eating? Yeah, I agree. Eating is taste
That's
buds.
a taste bud.
And should in a healthy lifestyle, should eating be?
Yes. What eating?
I don't
is the,
know.
Like
I don't
the
know.
best
Like,
part.
like teeth. See, this
But
is a
should
perfect
it be?
example. When I eat a salad,
Yes, it should.
I
be
try to
sour.
ignore my tongue as much as possible and only use teeth.
That's so true.
And so if I had fake teeth, I would even taste it less. So it'd like, and you get it real fast and you just like swallow it in.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not eating.
Why are you eating a salad in the first place? Is there-
Or what if we just had like a second mad
Salad
like
tastes
streamlined
good, first
food?
of all.
Yeah, stop crazy yourself out.
Yeah.
dressing,
Okay.
right?
Don't get me started about the salad industry.
What if salad's actually really
Salad's
bad
just a
for you?
sandwich without bread.
No, it's not. What?
And
What
meat.
sandwiches are you eating?
No, you can put meat on salad. What?
Oh, dude.
That's the
But
best.
then it's not a
kind of
salad.
Dude, there's no
No,
green
that
on
is
any
a salad.
sandwich I've
What?
ever eaten.
Yeah, chicken Caesar salad.
I've never had lettuce on a sandwich before. What is that?
Yeah, really. I've never had any green on
You're
any
eating
sandwich.
crappy sandwiches.
Yeah,
honestly.
you're eating vegan sandwiches. Ugh.
Well, it has meat on it.
Vegan burgers are really good though.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
If
meat
you get
is
the right
murder.
one.
We sound American.
If you get the right, I like normal burgers too.
And
Jeez.
eat normal
Dude,
burgers.
have you ever had the Hillshire Farms ones? The black bean burgers?
This is really off topic.
They're
We were
really
talking
good.
about teeth.
The podcast is still going, by the way.
Well, yeah,
Just so you know.
This is a normal day in our entire life, just talking about random stuff like this.
but the dentist industry has annoyed me a lot though. It's kind of annoying. It's like out of all the stuff you have to go to school to be a doctor, it's like the least important.
Yeah.
Think about it though.
I don't know about that.
People survive for thousands of years without dentists.
You know what else might be a conspiracy?
You know how
Heart
terrible their
disease.
teeth are, though?
But that's the least like terrible teeth are the least important part of your health.
They also,
health wise, yeah.
They also died 40 years,
But that
20
because-
40 years old.
But that's because they had bad doctors, not because they had bad dentists.
They didn't have doctors.
But they had
But
doctors,
think about, like,
obviously.
think
But
about,
the medicine
like, oral
wasn't.
surgeries, though. Like, if you get, like, a terrible, like, cyst in your mouth, who's going to do that?
Not dentists. Dentists don't do that.
Yeah, dentists do that.
They
Dentists
do.
become oral surgeons. That's what they're
Why can't
made
you just
for.
streamline? Just go to oral surgery and not
Because
dentists.
you gotta learn how to
Yeah.
deal with teeth first.
Like,
have to-
you know what should be like? I
Just
don't
go
think
straight
like
to it.
the teeth part or like think about it. A doctor has to learn everything about the whole body,
Well, a
right?
general surgeon.
But a dentist just has to learn about teeth, and they go to the school for the same amount of time. Really? Are teeth
Like,
that complicated?
can vets do that? Can vets work on my teeth?
let's just say this. So, do you
That's
want
work on animals.
yeah,
do you want a dentist that doesn't know where the nerves in your mouth are?
But I'm saying a doctor can know that.
They don't know where the nerves in your mouth are.
But they could learn
What do
it.
they do? They just use that water
Take a
thing and
while.
they put some chocolate flavored toothpaste.
Yeah, it's real. A
That's
dentist's
not
job
the
looks
dentist,
really
that's not
easy.
the dentist. That's an assistant.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
hygienist's
exactly.
job looks way
So
harder
what
than
does
the
the
dentist.
actual dentist do? to
The
a
dentist
normal
does nothing.
person?
He like
Like
just
in a
uses
normal
that.
checkup.
Yeah.
They like look at the X-ray.
They look at the X-ray and they check to see if you have any cavities.
But now they
Yeah,
can.
so why does that require a nerve?
But I bet now there's like some
That's
computer
whenever
program.
they're actually doing treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the normal person
That's
does
like
that.
that's like a really minor like thing to do.
But I bet, and now there's some computer treatment where they get the X-ray and they can just put it through some treatment, some scanner to see whether or not there's actually stuff that doctor needs to see. I'd rather trust a computer than a doctor to notice something in an X-ray.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the computer would recognize everything that's wrong. Not
You
just
know, you realize the
doctor's
computers
eye
are built
catches.
by the doctor.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
no-
but a doctor could point out everything that could be possibly wrong with
This
someone's
is
mouth.
ridiculous. No, you're no.
I have trust the dentist's eye
Yes.
Yes.
over computer. What do you think is more wrong, the
They're
dentist's
trained
eye or a
as
computer?
That's true,
They're
but it
trained
applies
for
to literally
this.
every field.
Exactly.
I trust a computer over a person.
Exactly, yeah. But now what do doctors do now? Like, they get your symptoms and they go back to the computer and like,
WebMD.
yeah, they go WebMD. They're like, oh, what are these symptoms?
Sore throat.
Like, oh, that's probably that one. It's probably sore throat. 98%.
Yeah,
chance.
it's probably oral cancer.
And then you come back 4 weeks later, like, oh, it's actually cancer. We missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The computer could have caught
This is my problem with the industry.
It's a dumb problem.
But have fun getting your braces off.
Yeah.
Apparently, it hurts a lot.
Can you tell them my theory when you're there and be like, my friend doesn't believe in orthodontists
Wait, I thought we were talking about dentists.
or dentists? The same thing. It's all the same. It's okay. You can't fault me for that. Orthodontists are just a dentist, like an experienced dentist. Okay, they're an experienced dentist. Yeah.
Yeah, they could be dentists. No, okay. So the thing is, you can be a dentist and then like go into orthodontics.
Yeah.
Can you be both?
But I don't.
Is it possible to be both?
Yeah.
No, you have to specialize.
No, you can be both. Like you can be.
No,
dentist.
you have to be either an orthodontist or a dentist.
I mean,
be
you
both
can't
at the
like
same
go
time.
to a dentist and an orthodontist and be the same person. But I'm saying like you can
So
be a
it's
dentist
limiting.
and then like specialize, like and then go into orthodontics.
It's just a lot of work for teeth. Jeez.
I love teeth. That's why I'm doing it. If I didn't like teeth, then I
You
wouldn't.
love teeth? Why do you love
I
teeth so
do.
much? Jeez,
Because
that's
like
weird.
the best quality of a person is their smile.
Oh,
That's what I think, anyways.
But the teeth though.
I like my.
I'm not grossed out by teeth.
But what if someone had gold teeth though?
Dude, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it could be cheaper if we put the money in the right places.
You realize gold's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, not fake gold though.
Not if we put
Fake
all
gold.
of.
No,
Not
the
if we.
thing is, like, I've been thinking about
Now it's
like.
gonna turn green.
No, I've been thinking about like specializing in like grills. So like a bunch of rappers will like just come to me and like I'll clean the teeth
Exactly.
for like millions.
You know we live in Arkansas, right? What a bunch of rappers.
No,
are
I'm talking about like if I moved to like
808.
if I moved to
Shout
like
out
Los
808.
Angeles.
Is that a thing now? Do rappers still do that? It's not like 2003.
Yeah, there's still people who do that.
No, I don't know if it's awesome. I
How's
think.
gonna be doing my grills someday?
True. I'll buy one.
Wait, yeah.
Just
So
to
when
support the
when you
business.
become a dentist, I won't come to you because I won't believe in dentists at that point.
Okay, good.
I'll figure out how to
If you
fix
come
my own
me,
teeth.
I'll make sure all your teeth have cavities.
Why would you do that? See, I knew it.
Oh man, dude, they've already told him the secrets.
All right, I think we're good.
All
Hey,
right.
let's choose the movie club movie.
Oh yeah, we
Last
have to choose a
one.
movie.
Oh jeez,
It's
what?
between
It's between Weston
and Weston?
No, Richie and Weston. Yeah.
No wait, did you do one?
No, Weston's not one.
Okay, wait, real quick. Comment. What song? What is this? Da 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 da.
I think it's
da,
Pirates of the
da, da, da. No, that's not Pirates of the Caribbean. Is da da dun dun da da dun dun.
Yeah,
da,
but there's
dun,
more than
dun,
one
da,
Pirates
dun.
of the Caribbean song.
No, okay, hang on. Da 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 dun, da da.
Or Lord of the
dun,
Rings.
dun, da da da. This has been stuck in my head for 3 days. Please.
Is it orchestra?
Maybe
or
Oh, it just goes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know that everyone knows.
I
I think it's Pirates.
I literally typed in dun 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 dun.
Okay,
dun,
you can't
and
have
it
that.
didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. It almost worked. A couple
No, it
things.
didn't.
No, it didn't
How's it
almost work.
almost work?
Every
Well,
song is like that. You can describe every song like that. Okay.
No, some go shaboo.
It could be
Shibuya
fun.
roll call.
Oh, shabuya. Yeah. Shabuya roll call. My name is.
Okay, yes, listen.
Yeah,
All right.
that's my name.
Between Weston and Richie, who wants to call it? Heads or tails? Weston, call it in the air, okay? Heads or tails? Oh, I can't see it. My reflection in the glass.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Wow. Alright, ready? Heads or tails?
Tails.
It's tails. What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Any movie.
Like, do you guys do this weekly?
So you know how we did Blade Runner?
Yeah.
So we do a separate podcast just like with whoever chooses the movie that week.
That's what they were doing right before you walked in.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna finish it. I watched an hour, but I
You need to
watched
finish
it.
it.
Shit, I thought I wanted-
It's really good.
Any movie, Weston.
Okay, The Raid.
No.
Mention.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
That's the first one, right?
Raid?
Why not?
I'm kidding.
What the heck?
No, that's the first one, right?
Yeah.
How long is that?
It's like an hour and 40 something.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
short. No, the second one's like almost 2.5 hours.
Richie heard the word redemption and got like really scared.
Well, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
But see, I kind of feel like I have to watch the second one. I might watch both.
What's
Okay.
the general plot?
Do you have both of them?
What's the?
Yeah,
what's
do you have both of
the
them?
plot?
Blake has
Show
one.
this.
Want me to recommend
You
both?
showed this to
No,
a
no, no.
10-year-old
What is that?
person. Would they say it was boring?
No, it's really good.
Oh, it's
really
it's
good.
very entertaining.
That's
It's like
okay.
action
Okay.
packed.
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Like,
It's so good.
like, is it above a 70 on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
it's
90s.
like in the 80s, 90s range, I think.
Okay.
No, it's a
So is
legit
Rogue-
good movie.
Well, so is Rogue
Yeah,
One.
and the second one's even better. Oh
It's
my
not. It's
gosh.
not like a Lord. It's not like a Gattaca or whatever. What
No,
are
it
those?
is so good.
It's not like a Gattaca or Forrest Gump.
It get like
Oh,
you're
yeah,
on the edge of your
Okay,
seat the
guys,
whole
guys,
time.
you
watching
guys
this.
are already talking about
Like it's so
Wrap it
good.
up then.
All right.
All right, you want
Yes,
to
I'll
close
really
it?
do.
End
Just
us
get
off.
it.
End us off. End us.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for listening so much. If you'd like to follow us on the medias, that'd be pretty cool. We've got Instagram at Dumb People versus Movies. Twitter is Dumb PPL versus Movies. Yeah, Twitter is Dumb PPL versus Movies. If you want to send us hate mail, It is dumbpeopleversusmovies@gmail.com. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give us a rate. And yeah, thank you.
And have a good